Tonight, the Red Sox ride into Game 2 with Toronto on a 10-game winning streak, fresh off perhaps the most thrilling win of the season, with Mookie Betts delivering an epic at-bat. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. I'm Dave O'Brien. Delighted to be joined by the Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley. Jemai Webster along in just a couple of moments. And, Eck, many are still buzzing about and awestruck by the at-bat, the 13-pitch at-bat and grand slam by Mookie Betts. Take us through what is probably the at-bat of the year.
I'll tell you what, it was great to be in the moment, to be honest with you. But to look back at that at-bat, I mean, 13-pitch at-bat. A lot happened before this at-bat, too. You know, they had just walked Jackie Bradley after going 0-2. Happened. There's nothing but fastballs here when you're going to see 6 fastballs in a row. And this is a guy that's a fastball hitter. Mookie can hit a fastball with anybody, but he never really seemed to get a good look. Now, they got lucky there. Smoke probably should have caught that ball, but right back to the fastball again. He's late. He can't get there. Another one, another high fastball, and the beat goes on. And then he finally throws him something off speed, a changeup away, another one, changeup away. Very, that was such a tough pitch to foul off. Back to the fastball. He's late. And all of a sudden, he gets downstairs 2 times in a row, and here we come. Fastball is coming right up. Now, this is a 2-1 game, and everybody's been here forever. Fastball down and hits it out of the ballpark. And look at the reaction that you got from Mookie Betts. This is a guy that does not show his emotion, and he just went off. He really did. And we were right there with him. I mean, everybody was sky high. I think the whole ballpark was, that's one of the best scenes I've ever been at in Fenway Park to see. And then be upstairs and be a part of it it's exciting as hell.
Can we watch it again? Yeah. Can we do it one more time? We're actually going to get to it a little bit more, not quite in that detail tonight, because it was a pressure-packed moment and filled with emotion, and the ballpark just absolutely exploded for Mookie Betts. What a moment. The signature moment of the season so far for the Red Sox. And that's saying something. Deals by Toyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. KM, Together We Grill. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Red Sox maintaining a 3.5-game lead over the New York Yankees inside the division. There's been a lot of talk in recent days about, whoa, the summer's going to produce a great race. Well, guess what, Jemai? The race has been on for some time, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, OB. And you know what? Every night, Sox manager Alex Cora has the best seat in the house, not only because he's watching the action on maybe his pitcher's fastballs or what his hitters are doing in the box, but because his team is 66-29, 3.5 up on the Yankees. Though it's July 13th, Alex says he's focused on the task at hand and understands the marathon that this season will be.
We better pay attention because we know that's a good team. It is a race. We know that, and every day counts. And you know, when I went over there, I joked with Booney. I say, man, when are you going to lose 5 in a row? And he's like, well, I'm waiting for the same thing from you guys. And but it's cool. I think it's good for baseball. I mean, you know where we at. They know where we at. I'm a baseball fan anyway, so I know where everybody's at. But I think it's good. We pay attention.
Sox also 37 games above 500. That's the first time that's happened since the 1949 season. Sam Travis is starting at DH tonight because Andrew Benintendi had a death in the family. He's been placed on the bereavement list. The Sox, they will go with Rick Porcello here in game number 2. He's on the hill looking for win number 11, one of the 4 Red Sox 10-game winners. The action right after this.
By Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union, what can DCU save you? Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Your local New England Ford dealers. William Rabus Real Estate, the official realtor of the Red Sox. And by your New England Audi dealers. Get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted. Rick Porcello about to take to the hill on a beautiful night for baseball. Red Sox and Toronto as the Sox bid for 11 consecutive wins. Time now for the Blue Jay lineup that he'll take on here tonight. Curtis Granderson is the right fielder. He has 9 home runs. Lourdes Gurriel at shortstop. Solarte at third base with Smoke the designated hitter. Kendrys Morales will play first tonight. Russell Martin doing the catching. Kevin Pillar in center. Dwight Smith is the left fielder with Devin Travis at second base and hitting ninth. Against the Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers, Rick Porcello, 11-3, ERA 3.58. He can become the Red Sox first 12-game winner tonight.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 4th in the league, 46 errors, 95 games. Around the infield, Eduardo Nunez at third, Bogarts at short, Brock Holt at second, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield tonight, J.D. Martinez playing left, Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Sandy Leone catching Rick Porcello.
The umpires are brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Brian Gorman is the home plate umpire and the crew chief. Mike Muchlinski at first. Adrian Johnson and Trip Gibson at second and third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compare2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Red Sox 15-2 in their last 17 games, 17-3 over the last 20. And the 66 wins tied for their most ever through 95 games. That's over 118 years. Mookie Betts with the moment of moments last night. And the Red Sox win. Porcello ready to go. His first one a strike, and we're underway.
Boy, it seems like 2 weeks ago Porcello was on the mound. What, Kansas City? Seems like forever ago.
High fly. Pretty well hit right center. Bradley and Betts on the move. And Jackie Bradley will put that away casually for out number 1. I thought Jackie had one of the most important at bats of that game last night.
How, Happ lost him. He had him 0-2. He never swung. He didn't swing at the first 2 pitches for strikes and didn't swing at the next 4. And he walked him. That was the most crucial at bat of night. Not to say that the slam wasn't, but you wouldn't have gotten there.
Yeah, up to that point, I think you're right.
A lot of funny things happened in that inning, didn't it? A little challenge play on a double play ball where the second baseman pulled his foot.
Yep. And no question he did, as Gurriel bats here.
And then the pitcher didn't field, it was no urgency on fielding a swinging bunt back to the mound. Nunez beat it out.
Gurriel 248 with 4 home runs and a lazy swing and a miss there. I thought the smoke play was a difficult play.
Oh yeah, that's not an easy play. The pop-up, no, that would have been a nice play if he caught it. But I think it's a play that he's made. It wouldn't have been a spectacular play.
I thought once it popped out of the glove, he still had a chance to reach
caught it with
behind.
the other hand, right?
I thought it would have been a fine play, but he didn't make it. And like you said, everything went the Red Sox way in the inning. But they earned it. That was an incredible at bat by Mookie Betts. There were a lot of really good at bats in that inning.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just relentless at bats.
1-2. And he left it down low. I know it wasn't a walk-off home run.
It sure did feel like
but it felt like a walk-off.
It really did.
In the 4th inning, didn't it?
It just did.
And later the game tightened up. It got pretty tense there late. There's the 2-2. And he didn't get the call.
Because you thought you won the game. It's like, that's what it felt like. The game was over. There was a lot of game to play after that.
Whole lot.
But I'll tell you, Happ's arm might have fallen off if he had to pitch any longer.
3-2 and a ground ball to short. Bogart's up and over. And maybe it got lost a little bit, though. I'd say this about Happ. That grand slam pitch, the last one thrown, was 95 miles an hour.
Oh, really? Now, this is a double play ball that should be turned. They were going to turn it anyway because Brock beat it out. But this is the problem. This is Travis. He picks his left foot up. Normally that's a double play ball. Meanwhile, he took his time, Happ, on this ground ball back to the mound. He had to hurry up. And then this play here by Smoke. I mean, this is going to be a nice play. Would have been spectacular, but those are the things that happen in that inning. It's just sort of meant to be.
John Harris Solarte 246, 16 home runs, 0 for 5 lifetime against Porcello. As the Red Sox bid for 11 in a row. Solarte's probably been their best offensive player. Leads them in home runs. He's down 0-2. Big shift on for him.
He had a big year in San Diego a couple years back. I remember him when he was with the Yankees.
And he'll go the other way for a base hit. Nobody home at short in the shift, and Solarte has a solid single.
Every time you beat the shift, it looks just ridiculous to me. I mean, as a pitcher, I'm on the mound. I give him a ground ball to shortstop, and he's not there.
So a 2-out base hit will send up Smoke, the DH, 242. He's hit 14 home runs. And does have 4 career home runs against Rick Porcello. This is the first time the Red Sox have been as many as 37 over 500 since 1949. By the way, do yourself a favor, if you're a Ted Williams fan in particular, and just about everybody is, go back and check out Teddy Ballgame's numbers in 1949. Just take a look at that season. You'll cry a little bit how good he was.
He didn't hit 400.
He didn't hit for him.
I know that.
I think he drove in like 160 runs almost. He was ridiculous.
His on base was crazy, wasn't it?
Unreal.
They used to get on him because he didn't swing unless there was a strike. Period. He didn't expand the strike zone, and sometimes, you know, you're the guy we want to drive in runs. Can't you drive in, you know, a run on a ball?
Sometimes the umpires, the legend goes, would check with Ted whether it was a strike. What do you think, Ted? 2-1 loop foul. 2-2 on Smoke. Morales would be next.
Porcello trying to get that ball in. I don't know if he's trying to throw that two-seam comeback, but that ball was left out over. That's his punch-out pitch to a left-handed hitter.
Solarte, the runner at first with 2 away. Just getting going here in the first inning.
A backdoor Johnson here. Ooh.
Just missed at 88.
That's a good miss. Almost a perfect pitch. Low.
Full count on Smoke. Good power here. Runner goes.
There it is.
And he struck him out. Came back with a changeup to get him. He froze him. 1 man left. Red Sox coming up in the first. Okay. Sox lineup brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts just got a terrific hand. It'll be Holt, Martinez, Bogarts to follow, Mitch Moreland at first, Nunez, Travis, Leon, and Bradley. Mookie at 352, 23 home runs. Ryan Borucki is the left-hander. Red Sox have never seen him. Just 23 years old. He is 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA.
Not overpowering in 92 max, but got a great changeup. Couple different breaking balls.
And one of Toronto's top prospects. Jay Happ said after the ballgame last night, pitcher gave up the grand slam. He said it was a great at bat by Mookie Betts. All the credit to him. The first time anyone had hit a grand slam in an at bat of 13 or more pitches in 26 years.
Doesn't happen. That's why it was so special.
High fly toward the triangle. Pilar going back. It's over his head. That's out of the warning track. Up against the wall. Now he's taking a big turn. He's off. He's heading into third. Mookie will slide in with a triple. like, oh, I can do this too.
I mean, he has shown so much more power to right center field this year. It's been kind of scary how it's gone. You know, he gets a changeup. You see that 3-finger changeup that he leaves up out over the plate, and he supplies all the power. Mookie, he jacks his ball once again, deepest part of the ballpark. And that's triple all the way. Once it gets down there, rattles around. That's an easy triple for Mookie. I thought he might have hurt himself there for a second.
But he came up smiling. Brock Holt gets in at 282 with a home run. Hitting in Benintendi's spot. His good friend, of course. But Andrew has left the ball club on bereavement leave. Martinez on deck, and a high pop foul off third, so Lartey giving chase. Long run and can't get to it. So many would tell you that the grand slam is the most exciting play in baseball, and number 2 is the triple.
I like the grand slam.
You like those
like
as a pitcher. You're liking those 4 runs a lot.
We've seen a lot of triples this year. You know, even from Mitch Moreland's hit some triples back-to-back days. I mean,
yeah, Mitchie 3 bags.
Yes.
0-2. He held it.
And they're playing up first and third, but they're obviously giving them the run up the middle. Let's make contact. It's an RBI here. Put a runner on the board.
One and 2 on Brock. And he'll lay off another one outside. And the Red Sox score the first run. They have been just about unbeatable. 43-4. Borucki with a 2-2, and that'll be in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. One man away.
Caught him looking. It's right.
So a man out for Martinez.
Oh no, he's thinking about something else, because this fastball is really right there. No doubt about it.
JD will check in at 329, 28 home runs. Ramirez of the Indians has caught him for the home run lead. Nobody's caught him for the RBI lead.
Boy, that Ramirez is coming to a big home run hitter, hasn't he?
Jose Ramirez, he sure has. Well, they got a few on that club. Facing the Yankees, they're underway. No score in the first inning.
Both he and Encarnacion went deep yesterday. Severino didn't pitch very well. Gave up 4 runs in 5 innings for him.
Kluber didn't either.
I know, both of them.
Red Sox still leading by 3.5. Betts at third with 1 away. Key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Always here to get you there. JD Martinez numbers at Fenway this year. 18 home runs. Look at that slugging. 784.
Number 1 in the world at home.
And looking for his 80th RBI already. He grounds that one to Gurriel. Here's the throw to the plate. It skips. It gets right by everybody. The run is in. Mookie Betts scores. Gurriel deciding to come on home with the throw. Red Sox on the board first, 1-0.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he makes the throw to home, he might be out, but that's not the play you're supposed to make. You got Mookie Betts that can run at third base. You're playing back, ground ball 2, you just throw him out, give him the run, but he decides to do it, and he one-hops Martin. You can't blame Martin. You got to throw that ball in the air. I mean, he may have gotten him, but the throw is buried into the dirt, and that's a gift right there.
So they will charge the error to Gurriel. Mookie Betts coming on in to score. Martinez reaching at first, and here's Xander Bogaerts. I'll say this, the last couple of nights Toronto has been in a very giving mood.
So that's no RBI.
Not giving him the RBI.
I mean, that's routine, isn't it? Ground ball is short, playing back, throw to first, give him the run.
Yes, I would say so. I thought the throw was going to first.
Right. I think he had second thoughts, and that's probably why he didn't have anything on it. The throw.
Moreland on deck, and that'll miss away.
You got to have something on it from back there, and you got to follow through. He's almost flat-footed.
Red Sox leading the majors in runs per game, batting average, OPS, doubles, extra base hits. Rolled toward third, but a foul ball.
See, flat-footed, gets the throw, and I mean, you got to gun this ball. That was way short of the mark. I mean, a lot of times catcher picks it, and he would have been out.
I think you're right, by quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Xander 283, 14 home runs. And he's driven in 57. And 3 hits on Wednesday. And 1 last night. Xander was the base runner on a play that was overturned at second. Originally ruled out there in the 4th inning when Travis did not have his foot on the base. And on review, that was overturned. He was sent back to the bag. Obviously a huge play. And the Red Sox video crew deserves a huge tip of the cap for catching that. The 3-1 will be in there for a strike.
Sneaky gas here by this little skinny kid. He wears number 56 because of Mark Burley. He's from Chicago. He loved Mark Burley, and that's why he wears 56. That's why he pitches quickly.
Yeah, I love Burley's tempo, didn't you?
Oh yeah, look at that changeup.
Bogart's fan, second strikeout in the inning for the Red Sox. So 2 gone.
That is a quality changeup. 3 fingers, smothers it, turns it over, never gets there. Perfect placement.
Burley was like, I'll pitch a great game or I'll get shelled, but the game's going to be over in about 2 hours and 10 minutes.
He was something. He pitched for Toronto there for a while, right?
He did.
There at the end.
He sure did. He's a high quality pitcher. Moreland 282. He's homered 11 times. Runner at first base, 2 down, and a run in. Waiting for that sun to go down. Another beautiful day here in New England. And going to be a gorgeous night. Here's the 0-1. He checked. Mitch headed for the All-Star game for the first time in his career. Ranked second among American League first basemen in WAR, 1.4. Sits safely in 15 of his last 19. And he'll lay off. That one gets underneath Martin. The runner's going to move up. Martinez into second. There was no one at third base for a moment. Martinez may have thought about it. So
well, that's heads up. That is heads up by Martinez. He must have got a good secondary lead because this ball just sort of squirts away. And how do you get a good look at that? I mean, I'm surprised he saw that, and he was gone.
That's got to be a pass ball.
Oh yeah, but he was gone. Normally you play it safe. He did not.
Well, you pick up this run, you're living right. I chop into the shift, and Travis will get him at first base, and that'll retire the side. But the Red Sox get 1. Mookie Betts with a triple and a run. banquet on this date in 1999. One of the great Fenway Park and All-Star Game moments. Ted Williams being greeted on the field by the current stars of the game, as well as other Hall of Famers. Show of affection for Teddy Ballgame touched everybody who was there and who witnessed on TV. We were talking about Ted Williams in 1949. He hit .343 that year. He scored 150 runs, 43 homers, 159 driven in. They walked him 162 times.
Oof. With his on base, that's what I wanted to
490.
know. Yes, 490. That's like Barry Bonds when he was in his monster space.
Yes, and 48 strikeouts all year. Played in 155 games.
And he did that a lot.
It's unbelievable.
That's just one of his years.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like this was his best year.
It was a
he hit the 406 year.
Oh yeah, sure. Morales 242, 11 homers. He's driven in 29 runs. Red Sox leading it 1-0 here in the second by Rick Porcello. Made 2 starts against the Blue Jays this season. He's 1-0. Morales 220 off him with 2 homers. And a righty thinking strikeout. Rick's last outing, as Egg mentioned, came at Kansas City. Picked up a 7-4 win. He went 7 innings. Kind of scattered 9 hits. He struck out 9, allowing 3 runs. That was the game where he kind of talked Alex Cora into staying in the ball game.
Yeah, which is unheard of, really. I mean, this Cora doesn't do that. Doesn't come to the mound and say, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Yeah, not too often.
But it's new territory for Cora, right? I mean,
2-2. Grounded foul outside first. They left him in there because Porcello said, "I got this. I got these next 2 guys."
well, you better get this too, huh? When you tell somebody, "I got it."
And he did. He went with the high fastballs.
Yeah, I tell you what, the guys that he got, looking back, were the best 3 hitters in that lineup. If they have 3 good hitters in Kansas City, it's the middle of their order. It wasn't like Lambeau was coming up.
The 3-2 to Morales. And he left it outside and walked him to lead off the second. Back to that 7th inning on Sunday in Kansas City.
Well, this is how he talked his way back. He gets the double there by Merrifield that leads off this inning. I think the score is 7-3 if I'm correct. And here comes Hembree. Meanwhile, fake pump, go back. You never see that happen. He lets him stay. Bonifacio punches out on a fastball. Moustakas punches out on a fastball. And Duda, changeup, I think it was, popped him out. And he's psyched after he did this. You gotta be. The manager had confidence in you to do it. I mean, that shows you something. That's Rick Porcello in a nutshell.
Russell Martin with a lazy swing and a miss. Well, he does not get a very good look at Rick Porcello. He just asked Gorman if that was a strike. 5 for 34.
He just swung underwater right there.
5 for 34. That's 147 against him. So certainly not among his favorite opponents.
Boy, the catching has taken its toll on Russell Martin over the years.
You know, we talked about it last night. A darn good catcher for a long time.
Very athletic catcher.
Yep. Can play different positions too. He's had some really good seasons for a number of different ball clubs. Native Canadian.
I mean, he can hit the ball out of the ballpark still.
6 home runs so far.
Boy, he's having trouble with that slider. He's throwing about 3 or 4 ugly sliders.
He's fallen behind 3-1 after walking Morales.
Russell wants to take a hack right here, 3-1. See what he comes up with. Nope.
Boy, how about this? A rarity against Porcello. Back-to-back walks.
He doesn't look himself at all these last 2 at bats.
So he's put on Morales and Martin in front of Kevin Pillar, who's hitting .240 with 8 homers. Red Sox had 1-0.
Very non-competitive pitches, huh?
Pillar .238 in his career against Rick.
This guy walks 2 guys in his career every 9.
And that misses badly. Highly unusual. Well, you know, he's thrown 32 pitches, only 17 for strikes so far. So looking to pull it together.
Get some arm speed here.
Line into left. Martinez backing up. That's over his head. That'll skip up against the tin. Here comes 1 run. Morales in to score. Martin into third. It'll be a double for Pillar. Second and third. Nobody out. And this one quickly tied. Pillar with the 2-base hit. 34 RBIs for him.
Well, I'm telling you, that breaking ball is just rolling. Not a lot of arm speed on his breaking ball. I thought that, you see it right here, slider spinning. No break on it. He gets the barrel to it. I thought that JD was going to run this down, but he couldn't get there quick enough. It was over his head, and he makes an attempt for it, just didn't get there early enough. And double by Pillar, RBI. Morales scored only because he was second base, because if he was at first, he had no chance.
Here's Dwight Smith, left fielder. Swings at the first pitch and skies one into left field. Backing up Martinez, backing up and makes the catch. Tagging up now Martin. He will romp in and he will scores. The trail runner Pillar advances into third, and Toronto takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, that's heads up by Pillar, because he knew JD Martinez was having trouble with that fly ball. It wasn't a very pretty catch out there. Looks like he's getting situated to try to throw the ball, but then he catches it to his left. Watch. Comes back this way, and Pillar at second base says there's no way he could throw me out at third. Heads up play with 1 out. He can score on the sac fly now.
1 out, a man at third. Infield in for the Red Sox, and Travis the batter, the number 9 hitter. .247. He's hit 6 home runs, but hitting .305 over the last 37 games after a slow start. Had a good night last night, going 4 for 4. Porcello falling behind another man, 2-0.
Just trying to save that run.
So back-to-back walks to open the inning, and they have both touched home plate. And a 2-0. Skipped up there. A solid stop there by Sandy Leon.
This is as bad as Rick Porcello's looked as far as control-wise.
Yeah, something's up here. Yep.
What's up? That's a changeup. He's throwing 2-0 changeups. Got Granderson on deck.
I bet if he walks him, Dana Levangie heads out there, find out
what's going on.
And in there for a strike. 91 on the edge. You never see Rick Porcello scuffle like this with his command.
Oh, never. Got a guy up there. Travis had a good night last night. Hit 4 line drives.
And man, he's walked 3 in the inning. So first and third.
I mean, this is glaring. This is just unheard of.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing no arm speed. You know, the ball doesn't have any bite to it. This is a slider. He doesn't want to. Doesn't want to challenge anybody either. The kind of a, you know, it just never gets there. Not a lot of break on it. Real slow break.
Well, you look back over his season. His season high in walks is 3, but he did that against Toronto over 7 innings. Against the Yankees over 5 1/3. Baltimore over 6. White Sox over 6.
Yeah, when you don't have any arm speed on your breaking ball, they spit on it. Unless it's right down the middle and they'll crush it.
Well, back up top of the order, and Granderson 0 for 1 with a fly to center. He's one guy in this lineup who has hit Porcello pretty well, a .300 average in his career. He'll take strike one.
That was almost a put away pitch there. That'd been a great two-strike pitch.
Pilar at third, and Travis at first. Only one out.
See this breaking ball, how it breaks. Pretty good.
We dotted that. 0-2.
This is a perfect slider. Slices the inside corner. So you put him away here. Big pitch. Throw over is what he said.
He went. Yep, that's strike three. Swing and a miss. Granderson knew it too. Big pitch for Rick Porcello to Fang Granderson, and 2 down.
Boy, he schooled him there. Fastball in, slider in, and high cheese. I mean, and Granderson just can't hold up. Beautiful.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. You know, some guys walk 3 in an inning, and you know it's not exactly panic time, but it's so odd to see Rick Porcello do it.
Totally.
Who is such a strike thrower. But looking to get out of this with only the 2 runs, but a base hit in center field that's going to chase in another. Pilar is in to score. Gurriel going after the first one. That makes it 3-1 Toronto.
Just not a lot of bite to his slider. You know, the ball's up a little bit. They don't pull off. You see, it doesn't have that hard bite to it. Just spins there. You know, good piece of hitting. Ball's up a little bit. Got to give the hitter credit.
First and second. 3 walks, 2 hits in the frame for Toronto, and that'll bring up Solarte, who singled in the first. He's 1 for 1. So 3-1 Blue Jays. Going after the first one, Looper on the infield. Xander Bogaerts will steady and gun and get him at first base to retire the side, but Toronto gets 3. Nunez, Travis, and then Leon. Sam Travis back up with the big club after Andrew Benintendi went on bereavement leave. today. So Travis the DH. Nunez at third, hitting .259 with 6 home runs. Trying to go the other way. Travis filling the hole, throws and darted it there in time. He made a really nice play for out number 1.
Well, you see Travis get to this ball. I didn't know if he was going to let it go or not. He was looking at all his momentum coming towards first base. It's like, how's he going to get it out and throw it off balance? But he has enough time to throw out Nunez. Went a long ways for that ball.
Sam Travis, the DH tonight, recalled for his second major league stint today. With the Paw Sox, he was hitting .227, 6 home runs. He's had success against left-handers. And of course, Steve Pearce got drilled on the leg last night. The X-rays were negative, gratefully.
Cora was talking about Sam Travis in the early meeting, talking about how he's been swinging at more strikes, not so pull happy down in AAA.
Three and one with Sandy Leon on deck. Cleveland's grabbed a 1-0 lead on the Yankees there in the second inning. 3-1. Foul tipped. Bo Rucky pitched at AA New Hampshire last year, so he was in our neck of the woods before a promotion to AAA. And a 3-2 will walk him. His first free pass tonight. Travis is aboard. Now to Comforts of Home, brought to you by Bernie and Phil's. Red Sox currently on a homestand, perfect at 4-0, hitting .308, getting about 6 runs a game with a .250 ERA. Right now at Bernie and Phil's, buy with no money down and 0 financing for up to 5 years. Leon batting right-handed, .246. He's hit 4 home runs. Lunging, Red Sox had a play on. We fouled it away.
Not a bad time to put a hit and run on right there either. Counting on Leon to make contact, and see Travis off to the races. That ball's way outside. He's lucky he even fouled it off.
I chopped to short. Gurriel will bobble that. It kicks out of the glove, and everybody's going to be safe. He's had an interesting start tonight.
Yes, he has. I tell you what, he charges this ball. I don't know, you know, Leon doesn't run all that well, but it's a do or die play here where he's trying to go for it. That's a tough pick. You don't know how far that ball is going to come up. He gets glove on it, but kind of makes a sweep. Doesn't come up with it. He had to take it clean, but I wonder if he stayed back, if he could have thrown him out. We'll never know.
I think if he'd stayed back, he gets 1 anyway.
Yes,
right?
something.
That'll be his second error. Jackie Bradley, 208 with 6 homers. Jackie reaching base 3 times last night.
Jackie's just been swinging the bat so much better here in Fenway Park. Left field stroke working.
And overall, .340 in his last 15 games.
There you go.
Both home and road. Mookie Betts on deck. Mookie talking about the grand slam earlier today. He said, I think by pitch 7 or 8, I looked up and said to myself, now you've done a good job getting him out of the game here. If he goes 1 more inning, we get to the bullpen, and we've still got a good chance to score 2. That's what he was thinking. Line shot up the middle for a base hit. Travis taking off. They're going to wave him in. Pilar to be tested. Here's the throw. And it gets by again. Another run is in. Martin's had a tough time on those throws to the plate, and the runners move up to second and third.
Well, it all starts with Jackie staying back and hitting an absolute bullet back up the middle. They haven't played the pull.
And he shoots it right up the middle, almost over the second base bag. Ball's down, middle, all over it. Look at that perfect placement. You're going to see Pilar, who can throw, charging. He's got a shot at the plate. One hops Martin. Martin can't pick it again.
That's a good throw.
Yeah, that's a good throw. You've got to pick this thing. I don't know how it came up, but not an easy pick as it turns out. But he's a dead duck there if he picks it, but I don't blame him for challenging right now. 3-2 game, and the runners move up.
So Jackie Bradley will collect the RBI, and another hot shot. He's hitting a lot of those lately, and now Mookie Betts. Red Sox at the moment down by a run. They do charge an error on Pilar on that play.
Because it got through and the runners moved up.
That's a tough error, I think.
Hit the ground.
I guess.
Anytime it hits the ground, you give the guy that threw it an error.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean,
Well,
you did it there anyway. I don't know about every time. But short hopped him. Mookie 23 homers from the leadoff spot. In his career, he has been outstanding there. He tripled and scored in the first inning. And that'll run inside for a ball. As far back as Baseball Reference pitch data is available, that's only 1988. No other Red Sox hitter has homered as late in an at-bat as the 13th pitch, as Mookie did on the grand slam last night. And he cranks that one to left center field. That's high and deep. That's back toward the wall. That strikes the wall. Here comes one run in. Right behind it, Jackie Bradley. Off to third again is Mookie Betts. For the second time in a row, he has tripled. And the Red Sox are in the lead.
Well, he was trying to go bridge on what, the fourth pitch of that at bat, and just barely missed a home run. And he is putting on a show again tonight. How about this? Fourth pitch of the at bat, change up out over the plate, and he just smothers it once again. How close does this come to a home run? Where is it?
Oh my
Goodness.
Inches.
That's a 3-run Johnson.
Wow.
Wow. But 2 RBIs puts the Red Sox ahead, and his second triple of the night. They're taking a look at this, seeing if it hit the yellow.
Yeah, they sure are.
I didn't think it hit the yellow. Did you? First look.
It's left of it, I thought.
Oh.
It looked like it skipped off that ledge.
Whoa, it's closer than I thought.
So a call like this, whether they review or not, is up to the crew chief. This is a crew chief review.
Okay.
So if he decides he wants to take a look.
Is Mookie having fun or what?
Well, he better be.
Oh.
He better be having the time of his life.
He's in his own world. This ball, this is so close.
I just thought it was left of the line.
I did first look.
So they will take a look. Crew chief challenge. That means the Red Sox manager is not charged with one.
He threw him another changeup. He threw him a changeup the first time up, and he hit it in right center field. And he's lucky he didn't juice him right there on the second one.
Yeah, it's very lucky. At the moment, 2 triples. And 2 RBIs. I think that might be the mark of the ball there.
There you go. Just
Indeed,
triple.
that is a triple.
You can't have it all, Mookie. It's your world.
He just might have it all this year.
Yeah, I know it.
The way things are going. John Gibbons, the manager of the Blue Jays, said he's having an MVP year after last night.
Well, that's brilliant of him to say.
Well, I
know J.D. Martinez is out there.
J.D. and Mike Trout,
right.
and some are writing at the midway point. I think I saw Jason Stark writing. He was going to take Mike Trout right now as the MVP. So it's a pretty good debate. There's a ground ball for a base hit. That'll squeak through by Brock Holt and bring in Mookie Betts. So he scores for the second time tonight. It doesn't take long for the Red Sox to pile up runs, does it?
Look at the Red Sox. How about this team? This team is so good. They answer. I mean, you give up 3, they get 4 back. I mean, as a pitcher, you can't ask for anything more. Brock just slashes the ball the other way. I like that swing of his anyway that way. Third baseman's up.
So the Red Sox ahead 5-3. That only took a matter of minutes. And sends up J.D. Martinez, who reached on an error. Cleveland has jumped on the Yankees, by the way, 4-0 in the second inning. Red Sox have quickly turned this one around.
Cleveland's problem is their bullpen.
Oh, it's been the worst bullpen in the American League. High fly down the right field line and out of play. Mookie Betts with a grand slam and an epic at bat last night. And his first 2 at bats tonight, he triples and just misses another home run. Brock Holt driving him in with the RBI single. Here comes the 1-1 to Martinez. Jack toward the triangle again, but this one won't carry. Pilar is there to make the play for out number 2. Bogart's next.
Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Jim, and Steve will break down Rick Porcello's start.
Bogarts 0 for 1, struck out first trip. Red Sox have scored 4 times so far in this inning. Toronto has been careless defensively. The Red Sox have once again capitalized. It's been a long time since I've seen a team, and I wonder if the same is true of you, Eck, that routinely makes you pay for mistakes like the 2018 Red Sox.
Oh, totally. That inning right there. They've taken advantage of every mistake. Gurriel's mistake, 2 mistakes by Gurriel, and really the 2 mistakes by Russell. Now we'll never know how tough those picks are, but
right. The 13 Red Sox did that all the time. That was a big part of their DNA.
Yeah,
they made you pay over and over again.
A good team, you know, doesn't give up a lot of unearned runs.
Right. 1-1. Moreland on deck. Brock Holt at first.
Ricky's going to find it, man. He's not throwing very good, but they just gave him 5 runs there.
Typically you get him that kind of run support, and he's almost automatic. 2-2.
You haven't got time to shake your head. You just come back out there and you're winning 5-3.
Bo Ruckage is 23 years old, 6'4", about 205. Out of Highland Park, Illinois. His 2-2. Got a piece. Last 8 games, Xander has locked in, hitting .393. 13 RBI over that time.
I mean, he's turned into a major run producer is what he's turned into.
Here goes Brock Holt, got him picked and it's thrown away. Holt down to second. Now he's moving toward third. He's going to make it with ease on a throwing mistake. Red Sox have a runner down to third. They keep throwing it around.
So I wondered at first take that the pitcher had picked off Morales at one point. I don't think he's looking for a throw. Let's see. See, he comes up, and I don't know how bad that throw really was. Suppose the error is on the pitcher, but you can't see the angle whether or not Morales should have caught it.
Well, Brock Holt was taken off, so he gets credit for a stolen base, and an error on the pitcher as well. Down to third. There's a drive, sucked into left. That's off the monster. Another run scores. And another one hit right on the button. It'll be a long single for Xander Bogaerts. Hit the daylights out of it. And the Red Sox lead it 6-3.
You do not mess around with this Red Sox team. I mean, they are relentless. Everybody feeling good, putting their 2 cents in. He's going to get a fastball in, and he's going to light it up. Boom. He doesn't get it up in the air. It's out of the ballpark, but it's off the scoreboard in a hurry. Holds him to a single, but that's an RBI. 6-3 game.
So here's Moreland. Boy, Toronto's already been charged with 4 errors.
Another ugly performance by a very mediocre team.
And the Red Sox piling on the runs. Here the early going at Fenway in front of another packed house. Santos, the right-hander, getting going in their bullpen, so they already have activity out there. Saturday's game tomorrow is in the afternoon at 1:05. That's Eduardo Rodriguez trying to go to 12-3. Sunday afternoon at 1:05 will conclude the first half. Put half in quotes because it's going to be 98 games when that one's over.
Almost 2/3.
Yep.
I did the math last night, but it's not. But closer to 2/3
Close
than
enough,
half.
yeah. It's getting there. Xander at first. And Mitch Moreland will take a ball. Now 3-1. It's been a long inning for the youngster. Red Sox with a 5 spot up there, now leading at 6-3. In their bid to win 11 consecutive games. And he'll take ball 4.
Tonight, after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of tonight's Sox game, plus highlights of the New York Yankees and Cleveland Indians game. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where their technology is as helpful as the people.
So the Red Sox have batted around. Eduardo Nunez began the inning by tapping to second base. Innocent enough, but then Travis walked. Leon reached on an error. Jackie Bradley hammered a single. Mookie Betts tripled, narrowly missing a home run. That drove in 2. Brock Holt with a slick base hit through the hole. Bogaerts hit a wicked shot for an RBI single. Moreland just took ball 4, and it's first and second with 2 down. And a ground ball that'll be testing Travis, but he's got it and throws on to get him and retire the side. But the Red Sox put 5 on the board, leading at 6-3. with an 11-game hitting streak, batting .455 on it, 3 homers. He has scored 14, 2 triples. Those just came back-to-back. Mookie Betts' father served in Vietnam as a member of the United States Air Force. Very, very proud of his dad.
That home base is coming up pretty soon at the end of the month.
Yes.
On a Saturday, right?
Red Sox so deeply involved. Porcello back at it now, and he's got a 3-run cushion. He scuffled last inning as he walked 3 men, gave up 2 hits. So trying to find the strike zone again. It's an odd walk on the wild side for Rick Porcello of all people.
Big time shutdown inning right now. He's just trying to find it again.
So how important do you think it was for him, maybe mentally as much as anything, for the Red Sox to have a long scoring inning there? Get him back in the dugout, maybe up the tunnel, up into the clubhouse.
However long it takes to give me some runs, you can't complain, right?
Sure.
But I mean, I think he's scuffling. I've never seen him throw like that. His command was way off. Didn't look like he had a lot of arm speed. Sliders were ugly.
Yeah. Nope. See if he can pull it together here. Smoke, Morales, and Martin in this inning. High fly ball, right field, deep. Betts racing back, and it is gone into the bullpen. Smoke with his 15th home run. Might be one of those nights. 6-4 now.
Yeah, the beat goes on here for Porcello. Smoke gives him a lot of trouble anyway. That's his 5th home run off of Porcello. This guy's got some pop too, and I believe that's a fastball center cut. Not a whole lot on it, maybe 91, and he lifts and separates, and you just know it's gone. Ball's carrying anyway.
Morales took a walk in the 2nd inning and eventually come in to score. They would score 3 times. Then it would take the Red Sox 21 minutes to hit in the bottom of the 2nd inning, getting 5. Now it's a 6-4 game after the home run.
You ever seen his command so bad? I mean, he's missing bad.
I'm amazed by how many times he's already fallen behind, which is just not like him.
Oh, not even close. This is a control pitcher, one of the best.
He's up to 50 pitches, 28 strikes.
2-0 changeup.
3-0. Well, he has not walked 4 men this year. High water mark is 3. In there for a strike. Morales was about to flip the bat. Martin on deck. He's already walked this guy once.
See if he throws him something other than a fastball. Nope. That is ugly.
He walked him. So season high.
That's just not competitive at all. That's why it's glaring. That's why he's itching his head over there. Cora, look at this. 3-1 pitch that's not even close.
This is the definition of a head scratcher.
Yes. It's, when you're a starting pitcher, you start over 30 games. I mean, there's quite a few games that you just don't even know who you are. And can you get away with it?
Russell Martin walked and scored his first time up, and he will take a ball. So a home run by Smoke, another walk to Morales, who has now been issued 2 free passes.
How about a double play ball here? Get him rolling.
In there for a strike, 1-1. It could be a case too where he's not feeling very well.
Right.
And wants to go out there and compete. That's his nature. Two and one. Pilar, the on deck hitter, he ripped a double his first time up.
Yes, the breaking ball, he doesn't have a feel for his breaking ball. Better off throwing sinkers.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. Brock Holt couldn't get to that. Runners will be at first and second. Martin is on for the second time.
You got to get somebody up. That's what I say.
Well, it's the second time that the pitching coach Dana Levangie is heading to the mound in this game.
Just a fastball, but you know, give him credit. He hits the ball the other way, playing him to pull a little bit.
You've been in this situation because you've been in just about every position that a pitcher can be in. Cora getting on the phone here. What do you tell your pitching coach here? When he comes out, what do you tell him?
Oh, it's hard to say, hey, I'm fine. But if anything, I'll figure it out, because you really are figuring it out.
Are you pleading for a chance, saying, yeah, I will get it?
Well, it's not like he's coming out there, you know, telling you how do you feel. He's just saying, probably trying to get you locked back in again to think about one thing, you know, the next pitch, maybe a ground ball, Pilar, double play.
Well, the valuable Hector Velasquez may be needed here tonight. That's in there for strike on Pilar, who doubled in a run his first time up. This might be a very important night for Hector. When all is said and done, Morales at second, Martin at first. And that one roped toward the alley. There's nobody out there. On the grass, on the track, up against the wall. Morales will score. Martin churning around. He is going to score. 2 runs in on that shot by Pilar. He's having a big night already. His second double. That ties it 6-6.
Yeah, you're trying to get a ground ball. He throws him a fastball, really down middle, and Pilar just crushes this ball. This ball had Giddy up on it in the perfect spot. Sits there, just sits out there and clears the bases. 2 doubles for Pilar.
Just like that, the lead evaporates. Home run, a walk, a single, a 2-run double, and starting over again. And here's Smith. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the second inning. An ugly night for Rick Porcello.
It's just one of those nights.
Yep.
It happens to all of us.
In the first inning, he looked fine. He gave up a base hit, but he got out of the inning without any kind of damage. But it was that second inning when he walked Morales, he walked Martin to lead off the inning, the double, the sac fly, another walk.
But not close. The pitches aren't even close. This is so unlike Porcello. It's just not him. I mean, it's like you're naked out there.
The go-ahead run at second for Toronto. 92, and he got that call. That was off the corner, but he got it. Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Season high 4 walks.
Got the look on his face almost. That's not him. Boy, he needed that. That was close.
He's gone to 3-1.
See that slider down and in. He just misses. I got to have this.
Boy, if he doesn't get Smith, that's got to be it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
On a highly uncharacteristic night. That one ripped down the line, headed toward the pesky pole. That is gone.
Whoa.
A wicked line drive, a 2-run shot by Dwight Smith. It got out of here in a heartbeat. And it is 8-6 Toronto. What a turn of events here. That was a frozen rope. And here comes Cora.
That was an absolute beating. 3-1 fastball, and he snaps it out of here so quick and make your. I mean, my goodness.
A searing line shot past the pole and gone, and the night is over for Rick Porcello. Highly
shocking,
unusual and shocking night. Yes, indeed. But 2-run game early. Toronto now leading at 8-6. Hector Velasquez will come on and trying to bring some sanity to this one. It's been a wild one. Dwight Smith, who was a late addition to this lineup. He was not in the original lineup. They scratched Hernandez, the left fielder, and put him in there, and he's paid dividends. He's driven in 3 runs. So already a combined 14 runs on 12 hits for the two clubs.
Yeah, Porcello has to sit on this start through the All-Star break. It will drive you crazy.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Rick says about what happened here tonight, because the walks are the things that really blow you away. Well, he just doesn't walk anything.
Oh, he'll tell you exactly. He just had nothing. It happens to all of us. Sometimes you get away with it, but he couldn't get away with anything.
So Hector Velasquez entering the ball game at 2.77 ERA, perfect record at 6-0, and the Red Sox really need him tonight, trying to restore some sanity.
Well, he's been there for him all year long. He really has. Anything you wanted him to do, he's been there for. Late in the game, you know, way ahead, way behind, start a game, whatever.
Red Sox without Steve Pearce, as we mentioned, after he really got smoked on the leg last night by Happ. And for more on that, let's toss it down to Jemai.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Steve Pearce left yesterday's game with a shin contusion in his left leg after taking that J-Happ fastball to the leg. He said it was disappointing to not be able to compete against these guys because he had spent 2 years in Toronto. And you saw yesterday, as Happ was leaving the inning, he was looking for Pearce and trying to give him the salutations, or at least say, hey, my bad. He didn't see him, but he knows it wasn't malicious. That's what Pearce says. He says he has respect for Happ. He's a competitor and a good guy. And actually, Happ's wife text Steve Pearce's wife to see if Pearce was okay. He thought that was a good gesture. He knows that Happ didn't mean anything by what he did.
He's a classy pitcher. He really is. And he's done a lot of winning in his career. Probably not going to last in Toronto very much longer.
Yeah, somebody's going to take him.
But you could see he was concerned about a former teammate there, and Mrs. Happ as well. Well, here's Travis.
Very unemotional pitcher if you think about it.
Yeah.
Happ, huh?
Probably a good thing to have.
Which is a good thing. Unlike how I went about it.
Well, it actually worked out darn well for you to go the other way.
But it's not pretty sometimes when you.
Bogart's handling that bounder and fires on to get him. So that, the first out in the inning. Ace Ticket, Boston's trusted source for tickets to all Red Sox games and concerts at Fenway. The prices and service are better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. That was a long time coming, that first out. So both the Red Sox and the Blue Jays have put up a 5 spot. Wild one early. Granderson has flied out and struck out. He's 0 for 2.
You know, talking about getting upset over having a bad start. When I was young, the Cleveland days, you know, that runway up in Cleveland, they had a bunch of lights. It's a long ways to the clubhouse. And every time you'd have a bad start, you know, you come out of the game, you would take it out on every one of those lights all the way, and the players would be mad because you can't. It would be all dark.
It was became a dark tunnel.
Tunnel. It was a long tunnel too.
Yeah, I believe it.
And you just took it. It just went after it. You got to grow up, man.
So every one of those light bulbs, you're punching them out.
No doubt, they change those things all the time.
Oh boy, yeah. The Indians spent a fortune on light bulbs.
But you know, you have to grow up. I mean, this is part of the game. You can't be perfect, and there's going to be nights like that.
Do you think that's where they got the idea in the movie Major League?
Huh?
When Vaughn, the flamethrower, he did that going down that tunnel. Yeah, breaking the light bulbs.
I bet you that's so everybody does it,
right?
Right. I'm not proud of that.
No,
but you have to control that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how about the guys that punch and break their hand against a cement wall? I mean,
sure.
What are you doing? Right? Somebody just did that recently.
Happens every year.
Yeah, I know.
Seems.
I mean,
1-2. Gurriel on deck. 8-6 Toronto. Those Indians on top of the Yankees in the fourth inning, 4-0 in Cleveland. Tried to
Yes,
hold
he
up.
did.
And that's a swing and a miss. They appealed to Gibson. He said strike 3. Granderson fanning for the second time, so 2 down.
See the split finger down and in, and he just can't hold up. He did. The head went out. Couldn't get away with it.
Every time a Red Sox pitcher fans a Blue Jay, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So Velasquez coming on and immediately getting 2 quick outs. Gurriel's gone 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And the 0-1 pitch. Bounding ball behind third. Lengthy toss here by Nunez. He will skip it. Handled by Moreland for the out. And Velasquez gets 3 men in succession, but it's 8-6 Toronto. Early on here, Red Sox took a 1-0 lead in the first inning, fell behind 3-1, then got 5 runs in the second, only to give up 5 runs in the third. Now it is 8-6 Toronto, and only the bottom of the third inning here at Fenway. Sam Travis just back up from the minors, took a walk. He would score a run in that 5-run second inning for the Sox.
This Barocki kid hasn't been in the big leagues very long, and he's out in the third inning, having given up 6, and he's got an 8-6 lead. I mean, it's unheard of. You better get somebody out, son. A lot of it hasn't really been his fault.
4 errors charge. He has made 1 of them. 1-2 and a high fly left center field, giving chase Pilar. He's going to pull up against the wall out there in center field, and the hits keep on coming. Sam Travis romping into second base with a double.
Barocki, he's having trouble with the changeup. I mean, he's given up some distance with that changeup, and I thought Pilar was going to run this thing down because he runs everything down, but he kind of ran out of room, and you got to be careful. Got to respect that wall out there. Pulls up, and that's a double easy there by Travis.
So leadoff man on First double of the season for Sam Travis brings up Sandy Leon, who reached on an error by the shortstop and scored a run in the second, with Jackie Bradley to follow. And a 1-0 to the veteran catcher.
Well, that's a gift.
A little something extra on that plate. Petrichka now throwing in the bullpen, a right-hander for Toronto. Red Sox with 6 hits. Toronto with 7. And the ball is carrying. Bit of a breeze out toward left at the moment. And a 1-2 from the young lefty. Got fooled on that pitch down into the dirt. Runner at second has to hold. Martin will flip on to complete the K. Sandy Leon 0 for 2. Hey, time for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question of the night. This is about Mookie Betts. Is Mookie the greatest leadoff hitter in franchise history? Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote. Of course, the Red Sox have had Dom DiMaggio in that spot, Johnny Damon, Nomar, Wade Boggs, Jacoby Ellsbury, among others. Jackie 1 for 1 with an RBI single. But looking for your vote tonight on that.
Did Bogsy do it a long time? I mean, he hit third a lot too. No, yeah.
Really, 1984, I want to say. Yep. But when you talk about guys who did it at such a high level for any length of time. Mookie making his case in 2018 and tonight again with 2 triples this evening.
So he's hovering on deck again.
1 out, Travis at second.
Boy, if I'm Jackie, I want to hit in front of Mookie. This is the greatest spot to hit in.
His batting average has climbed up to 211, as high as it's been in a long time.
He's legitimately been hot.
He has. 1-2 coming. Rolls that one foul.
And he'll get his walks. Last night got the big walk before the slam.
One, 2, and a wave and a miss struck him out. So give Barucki some tips of the cap there with back-to-back strikeouts after the double.
Oh, he finally threw him a sweeping slider, and he's trying to cover the plate. Once you get 2 strikes, it kind of opens plate up a little bit. Ball you really can't get to, but you got to try to cover the plate. Tough pitch.
Well, Mookie will be walked intentionally. That makes all the sense in the world for the Toronto Blue Jays. They held up the 4 fingers, so he's now on 3 times tonight. 2 triples and a walk. And that'll give him a lefty-lefty with Brock Holt to step in. But Brock singled his last time up to drive in a run. And stole a base. First and second with 2 gone. Eight runs, 7 hits, 4 errors for Toronto. For the Red Sox, 6 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. 0-2. Inning began with promise. The long double by Sam Travis, but Sandy Leon and Jackie Bradley have been struck out by Barucki. Got a good pitcher's build at 6'4". And the 0-2.
Ping.
And that'll be in there. Strike 3. Side retired. Red Sox will strand a couple. Ballpark to your local park. The outside is always better together. LL Bean B, an outsider. Another delightful day to be outside. Summertime in New England. Nothing better on earth than that. And a spectacular night here at Fenway. A lot of scoring early. And in front of a big crowd. 8-6 Toronto. And as we move on to the fourth inning, Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with him. Hector Velasquez on just a couple of days rest. Remember, he started last time
That's
out.
right. I forgot. Luckily, he only went 3 innings. I thought he could have easily went more.
And luckily, he's the kind of guy you can bring back like
yes.
that.
Well, he's not a full blast type of pitcher anyway.
Solarte has gone 1 for 2 with a single. So it's 3, 4, and 5. Difficult part of the order in the fourth. Solarte leading Toronto in hits, home runs, and came into the ballgame tied with Smoke for the team lead in RBI.
Boy, he had a ground ball, a shortstop last time up. It took him forever to run down the line. It almost looked like he wasn't hustling, but I don't know, maybe that's his speed, because he looks like a guy that can run pretty good.
Makes good contact. He hasn't struck out in his last 32 plate appearances,
which is saying a lot in this day and age.
Sure is, especially if you hit home runs. He has 16.
Velasquez, he really knows how to use his fastball properly.
Smoke on deck.
Little split finger for you. Yes.
Oh, that's a dandy.
So much for that strikeout streak.
Yes.
This is the one I was talking about. This isn't a ground out, is it? But oh yeah, that's a ground out. Does it look like he's going as fast as he could go?
Did not.
Maybe that's how he runs.
That was that little flare that bounced to Bogarts.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's full blast. Gotta wonder.
Well, this time he fans for the first time in a while and brings up Smoke, who has homered and struck out. Toronto knocked Rick Porcello out very early tonight, and that is not said too many times.
I don't think I've ever seen Porcello get hit like that or look like that.
By far his shortest outing of the season, so you're almost thinking there's something up with him.
Something's up.
think he wasn't feeling well. Lasting into the third inning, but didn't get out in the third, giving up 8 runs, 7 hits, walking 4, which is easily a season high. 1-1. Morales on deck.
Velasquez, he looked crafty, man. He is a crafty dude. Speeds up your bat, and then he'll throw you that split finger.
Well, he's gone to 3-1 here on Smoke. Got to be careful here.
Would be surprised if he threw him a split.
This guy's swinging a good bat, 7-game hitting streak. Red Sox shift on him with Holt in right, and he's going to walk him. So the 5th walk issued by the Red Sox staff tonight will bring up Morales, who's seen very little to swing at. He's already walked twice and scored twice.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Steve will preview Eduardo Rodriguez's start. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Well, your reads have been very smooth. I mean,
thank you.
I'm impressed. The committee's impressed. That'll be in there for a called strike on Morales. Red Sox with back-to-back day games coming up Saturday and Sunday, and then the All-Star break. 4 days without any baseball here at Fenway Park. Red Sox, in fact, will open up the second half, so-called second half, on the road at Detroit and then Baltimore.
Who comes in the first homestand after the break?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And then the Phillies. And then the New York Yankees.
Uh-oh.
1-1. He laid off.
There it is. Boy, Morales, he's got that buggy whip, man. It scares me.
Been a good RBI man in his career, hasn't he?
Yeah. You never know what would have happened had he not, hurt his foot on that walk-off home run when he was with the Angels. Really, that just set this guy way back.
Yeah, it really did. Cost him the next year, too.
It really did. It was a long time ago.
3-1. A wave and a miss. That one disappeared.
He didn't give you no fastball.
Kendry's now 35 years old from Cuba. Martin on deck. Missed all of the 2011 season.
Slipped some cheese in there. No.
He walks him. So back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second with one away. And calling all New England Deadheads. You can join the annual Grateful Dead tribute night at Fenway on Monday, July 30. Receiving a Grateful Dead Red Sox t-shirt as part of a special ticket package. Order your tickets right now at redsox.com/Grateful Dead. Russell Martin with a walk and a single. Each time he has reached, he has scored a run. Nothing but base runners tonight for Toronto. Velasquez in need of a ground ball right at an infielder. Sox have not turned a double play this evening. One down, and he will take a strike. Martin hitting just 174 despite the base hit last inning. He started to slide in terms of batting average last year, down to 221 with 13 home runs. Though he missed a chunk of time to injury. He's 35 now. Russell, Nathan, Jensen, Coltrane, Martin Jr. (0-2). Would not chase it.
What's with the 4 names? I don't get it. Where does that come from?
I know the Coltrane is after the great saxophone player,
Yeah, that's what I was
because
going to say.
Russell's father is a musician.
Oh, I didn't know.
And Jensen, I believe, is his mom's maiden name. So a lot of names there. 1-2. Runs in. This is a guy who will take a walk. Smoke at second, Morales at first. They've both been on base a lot in this one. He got him. He put him away. Big strikeout there for Velasquez as he fans Martin for out number 2.
He threw everything at him that at bat, and then he finishes him off with a changeup that he swings over the top of, but he threw everything. Well, just didn't get there. Pulls off.
Pilar next. Pair of doubles for him. He's driven in 3 runs in this game. Batting .244 with 8 home runs. This is a guy who has been streaky in his career. I mean, back to college where he set an NCAA Division II record with a 54-game hitting streak.
He always seems to play good against the Red Sox. At least it seems like it.
I think you're right. A little something extra there. 1-1. 8-6 Toronto. We're only in the 4th inning. Yankees have rallied a bit to pull within 2 of Cleveland. It's now 4-2 Indians in the 5th inning. Minnesota leading Tampa Bay 4-0 in the 2nd. Right on the edge for a strike at 93. Tough pitch. Pilar not thrilled with it, but looked like it caught the corner.
Yeah, perfect pitch. 93. That's as good as he goes velocity wise, and he dots the corner with it. Perfect.
Smoke at second. Morales leading at first. 2-2.
He just tantalizes you, you know? Hit the corner, then he'll throw something that won't even get there.
A very intelligent pitcher.
Really, I just saw him throw a front door slider to Martin last time up, which you don't see very many of those. Kind of froze him on it.
Trying to get out of a little bit of a jam here, however, with Smith on deck. He ripped a home run past the pesky pole his last time up.
I have a hard time thinking with Velasquez.
Two and a base hit into left field. Charging Martinez. Here comes Smoke. They're going to hold him at third as the chuck comes in, scooped up by Leon, and that's going to load the bases. Pilar's really nice night continues. That's his 3rd hit.
They got some loads on the bases right there. You see Smoke was just chugging. You know, this is a 2-out hit. You know, you're going to get a good jump, and you think he wants to send it, but no, he doesn't. You know, Fenway Park, it's so close, but you see Morales rounding second base. He can't run either. So once again, this is Velasquez that can fill up the bags and find a way to get out of the inning. He's been doing it all year.
Levangie is wearing out a path. He's been out there 3 or 4 times already tonight. So a lot of walking for Dana. They are all filled up. Smoke at third, Morales at second, and Pilar at first. A 3-hit game. And the guy about to swing has been all sorts of trouble tonight. A sac fly to drive and a run the 2nd. 2-run homer in the third.
Yeah, that home run in the third was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball inner half, and he just whistled that thing out of right by the pesky pole. Look at that thing. Like, please go foul. Didn't have time.
So Toronto demanded every base for Smith, and 2 down, and a cut and a miss for strike 1. Smith must have been looking fastball. He was winding up, but he came up empty.
It's a big at bat here.
It really is. Bases loaded, 2-run game.
Momentum swing with an out. You get an out, man, you get back in the dugout.
0-1 coming.
Back-to-back sliders. Got to hit a home run for Morales to score.
2 away, a man at every base for the Blue Jays. Here's the 1-1. Skipped up there. 2-1. Can Velasquez get out of this jam now? 2 walks and a single.
This is the epitome of Velasquez.
Let's see if he can survive it. Here comes the 2-1. High chop. Moreland's got that. He'll go to second base for the force play, and he does get out of it. Right on the edge there, but despite the bases loaded, he's free of it. Quality Franks for all Sox fans. You can pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. On the topic of food, it's about this point in the night where Eck will go to his prepackaged sandwich. What is the sandwich tonight?
You know, this is once in a lifetime. This is tuna fish, huh? That's
going with the tuna fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
Oh no, but that's a standard. That's the way to go. JD Martinez has reached on an error. He's also flying to center, 0 for 2 tonight, hitting .328. Tied for the major league lead with 28 homers, 79 driven in. As the Red Sox are down 8-6 in the 4th inning. Thornburg getting ready in the bullpen. And should he come into the ballgame, he'd be the 3rd Red Sox pitcher already tonight Very short outing for Rick Porcello, his shortest of the year. That one tagged, headed to the wall, high on the monster. Ricochets back for Smith. That's a Fenway base hit.
Boy, you kind of wonder when he hit that ball, is this ball a home run somewhere else?
Yeah.
Kind of rising, right?
The answer is.
Yeah, I know. And meanwhile, it's just a base hit, but another another hard hit ball by J.D. Martinez. Wonder where that would have went. We will never know.
That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts, who's gone 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
If you're Toronto, you can't let this kid give up any more runs.
Well, they do have a right-hander working in their bullpen. Xander picked up his 58th RBI with that single in the second. Mookie Betts has tripled twice tonight, and he has scored each time. The 1-0 from Barucki will be downstairs. Petrichka up for the second time, the right-hander working in the pen. Nobody out. J.D. Martinez getting a lead. He left that one up. Now that could have been a corner strike, but at times it's been an interesting strike zone this evening. Instead, the count 3-0. Mitch Moreland waiting his turn.
Interesting.
It's a pretty good idea of where the strike zone's been.
The other one looked more like a strike than this. This is outside.
Yeah.
3-0, pretty much automatic.
Yeah, if you throw a strike, yeah. Here's the 3-1. And he'll take ball 4. So the Red Sox have something brewing here. First and second, nobody out for Moreland.
You got to get the hook for this guy, don't you? Hey, Red Sox fans, help us out by taking a quick survey about where and how to use NESN Go. You'll have a chance to win 2 Red Sox Yankee tickets to a game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for a chance to win.
I hear people raving about NESN Go and how they use it at work.
Yeah, I use it. You guys are out of town and I'm not home.
Ground ball. Can he beat the shift? Yes. It's through for a base hit. Martinez to third. He's trying to score. He will. Bogaerts sliding into third base. Mitch Moreland picking up the RBI, and this is a 1-run game. Kind of a seeing eye base hit into the shift, and that will do it for young Barucki.
Well, that's about time for Barucki, but how about Moreland? How do you find a hole in that shift? I mean, perfectly placed. A 3-hopper that gets through the infield. RBI makes it 8-7.
Well, it was right around this time last night that Mookie Betts stepped up to the plate and gave us some incredible moment. Let's take a look back. Well, this will be a golden chance for Mookie Betts to break through, obviously, against a pitcher who has given him fits.
Look at that thing right there.
1-1. And a little pop-up foul off first. Smoke giving chase. Can he get there? It's off the glove and it falls onto the dirt. Oh! And Mookie Betts is still alive. 1-2 again. He'll do it again. Roll foul. He's barely alive. Well, it's been a couple of times in this at bat he's barely alive. And still has life. Oh, 1-2. Spoiled again.
Wow.
1-2 to Mookie. And he missed with that. Dropped by Martin. 2-2. Checked his swing and he fouled it away. Bounce it up there. The runners will hang on at first, second, and third, and the count goes to 3-2. High deep drive! He crushed it! It's a grand slam! Wow!
I'm telling you, it's time to party.
One of the most electrifying at-bats of the season, and I mean anywhere in the major leagues. Mookie Betts slaughters a grand slam. It was time to party indeed. Red Sox would go on to win the ball game, an absolute thriller. Felt like a walk-off in the fourth inning. Here's Petrichka now for the 14th appearance, 4.02 ERA. Red Sox with a couple of base runners, nobody out for Nunez in a one-run game after the RBI single. This one blooped toward right. Travis giving chase. He's out there to make the catch. Runners are going to stay put at first and third on the throwback.
Boy, that's a nice play by Travis. I'll tell you, he goes a long ways. I thought this was going to be a bloop, a little thing out in the right field, but he makes a nice play. Goes a long ways for this thing. Now you got to remember, Mookie's going to tag at third. He spins around and lets it go, and the throw is in the vicinity to home. I'm sorry, Bogart's at home and at third.
So the batter will be Sam Travis, first and third. He's walked and doubled. Doubled over the head of Pilar, center fielder. Long double in the third inning, but he was stranded. Now a base hit or a fly ball of decent depth will tie up the ball game.
Pretty much a fastball slider guy.
Bogart's at third, Moreland at first. And a 1-0. He takes a strike at 93.
Well, he's taken 2 strikes with the fastball.
1-1. Travis has driven in 3 runs for the Sox this season. Called up again for the minors just today, and he hammers a foul. Only in the bottom of the fourth inning, given all the scoring, 15 runs already. And a 1-2. Ground ball to first, and down the line goes Bogarts. First baseman Morales going to run at him. Got him in a rundown. Bogarts breaking for home. Down to third, Moreland, and Bogarts going to be allowing himself to be tagged out. Down to second is Travis, as they set down Xander Bogarts for the second out of the inning. Runners at second and third.
Well, he ran on contact right there. It was hung out to dry between third and home. See this little slice job by Travis. One hopper to Morales. Morales just runs him back to the bag. I thought it was going to get hairy right there for a second, because that's a tough throw on the run. But you see, Martin just gets the out because the runners, 2 runners at third.
Brings up Sandy Leon, who has reached on an error and struck out tonight. 0 for 2. And as of late, getting key hits to drive in runs. Got 11 RBIs over his last 14. You look at ball 1. Jackie Bradley on deck. 1 run in to make it 8-7 Toronto. So Moreland at third, Travis to second. 96. Got a piece of it.
Petrichka's got a decent fastball. Not so much how fast it is. It just looks quick.
Sandy Leon with an opportunity to pick up a couple here. And a 1-1. Indians sitting on top of the Yankees 5th inning 6-3. Petrichka with a 2-1 and moved him back and he missed with it. So a good count for Sandy Leon here. Now 3-1. Friday night at Fenway. This one's been back and forth early. Hitters count. And he fouled it away. Got a pitch.
Looking fastball beat him. Ball's up a little bit, but that was his best velocity.
Two men in scoring position. And a payoff pitch now for Sandy Leon. And that's going to miss for ball 4 and load up the bases. Seen a lot of this the last couple of nights. All filled up for Jackie Bradley.
A lot of walks tonight. It's a perfect spot here for Bradley. The way he's been gone, this could just make him take off.
Well, his good buddy Mookie Betts grand slammed his way into the book last night. Now Jackie Bradley with a man at every base, looks at a strike, has an RBI single and has struck out this evening. So it's Moreland at third, Travis at second, Leon at first. Ooh. 97 and it's 0-2.
There's some hair in there. I tell you, he got that. That's a good fastball. Jack, you couldn't get there.
Mookie is on deck. But 2 strikes on JBJ. And that'll run in. Now that's been a strike tonight with this home plate umpire Gorman.
Yeah, Gorman, he just spit on that like it was not even close. I mean, that could go either way there.
No place to put him. And a 1-2. That one almost hit him. 2-2.
Well, he didn't want to hang it, and he sure did, and he almost drilled him. Look how far this slider slides all the way across. Almost got him in the knee. Good catch by Martin. Got to throw him a fastball here.
You would think. One career grand slam for Jackie.
Shaking stuff off. I don't know.
Hard hit but foul.
Yeah, another slider. Trick me. Thinking he's going to throw a fastball. He throws a slider in there. Pretty good spot. That's can't really keep that thing fair.
You meant now.
Yeah.
Now a fastball. Betts waiting on deck.
Now he's got to throw him a fastball.
Ground ball and knocked down. Travis up and over will get him at first base to pitch out of the inning. Red Sox get one. It's 8-7 Toronto.
See Joe the Beast Smith Jr.'s epic return to the ring. Plus, check out Providence's own Kaylee Reese. Don't miss Nesson Star Boxing Night on Thursday, July 19th at 8 on Nesson. Brought to you by buyatoyota.com, Toyota's website for deals.
Play-by-play on that event, handled by R. Jemai Webster. Let's listen into it a little bit.
Nice left hand, followed by a right hand. He goes to the body. Rodriguez is taking it, eating those punches. Laureano into a groove. You guys are amazing.
I loved it.
I have no idea how you got that footage in here.
I want to see that fight now.
Well, I can tell you that was a good one of the highlights of the night, actually. And it wasn't even the main event. You're going to see a knockout as well, but I won't spoil it for you. I want you guys to check it out. But that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're tuning in now, man. Well done, Jemai.
Unbelievable.
Eating those punches. I loved it.
They're smacking each other around, man.
Well, it's on to the 5th inning, 8-7, Toronto by a run. It'll be Travis, Granderson, Gurriel. Again, Thornburg now into it. He becomes the 3rd Red Sox hurler.
This is the first I've seen Thornburg in person.
Got the first out of the 9th inning Sunday, Kansas City, in his 2nd appearance. Gave up a couple of hits and an earned run.
I know he's got the big arm and the real big curveball, too.
Now, before the injury, he was very, very tough, trying to make his way back from the surgery.
Throwing 2-1 changeups, which is kind of strange.
Went down with thoracic outlet syndrome in June of last year. That one is fouled off the face mask of Sandy Leon. So 3-2. Granderson on deck. 8 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors for Toronto. And yet they have the lead. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Sox. We're trying to run it to 11 straight wins, and that one popped foul back out of play.
Trying to throw that ball down. He's kind of geeked up a little bit. Ball's running up.
Right-handed with a payoff pitch. Day baseball tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Should be game 3 of the series. Eduardo Rodriguez will pitch it for the Red Sox. He's 11-3. Again at 1 o'clock on Sunday to end the first half. Foul tipped in the mid and held by Leone. Got him. So Travis fans. Righty gets his first man.
You see that movement on the fastball when he gets it upstairs. It got a little giddy up on it. Rising cheese. He's trying to get it away, but he just humps middle.
Quiet night for Curtis. He's gone 0 for 3, 2 Ks, and he's popped up to center. Red Sox with 66 wins, tied for their most ever through 95 games. Only the 1946 team won 67 in their first 96 games.
Thornburg looks pretty good here. He's showing all his stuff now. Changeup, curveball. We've seen the high gas.
Popped up out of play. The Red Sox are the 23rd team in the modern era to win 66 or more in their first 95. 20 of the previous 22 won the pennant, and 12 won the World Series. So some of those historic first half numbers and the pace the Red Sox are setting, and take a look at the franchise record run differential through 95 games. We keep going back to the 1940s for a lot of these comparisons, and Teddy Ballgame's teams. 2-2 to count on Granderson. 66 and 29. Trailing here tonight, though, 8-7 in the 5th. Got jammed and he rolled it foul. Lourdes Gurriel on deck. Toronto playing these days without Josh Donaldson, who's hurt. That's a big bat missing. 3-2. Three-two coming. Wave and a miss. He put him away with the changeup.
Oh, how about that? That says a lot about this guy. I thought he was Gas Masterson, but he's got a changeup to boot. 3-2 no less. Changeup, good one. Way out front. Gotta like it.
Premium Flex plans are on sale right now. Plans include matchups with the Yankees in summer weekend games and some of the best seat locations at Fenway Park. For more information, visit redsox.com/premiumflex. Back-to-back Ks by Thornburg. Gurriel's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Hits are now even at 8. Couple of home runs by Toronto tonight. Smoke has 1. Smith has 1. 0-2 coming. Red Sox have yet to hit one this evening. Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show with Mark James. Deep short. Bogart snatches it up, but that's going to be a base hit. He has to stick that in his back pocket. And Gurriel has his second knock tonight. He's 2 for 4. No play for Xander.
Yeah, Gurriel hooks a curveball from Thornburg. Nice little pick here by Bogarts, but nothing to do with it. Out in the outfield grass. Might as well pick it if you're out there, I guess.
Solarte 1 for 3. First inning base hit off Rick Porcello. Since he has grounded to short and punched out. He likes that change.
Yeah. Something I did not know.
First pitch changeup. It shows confidence.
He threw a 3-2 one.
And 3-2 even more so. Smoke on deck.
Had a little trouble with his hook this inning, but you got to like his changeup, and his velocity's been there. Back to the changeup.
And the 1-1 to Solarte. Goes down on a knee to hammer that one foul. Red Sox with a 10-game winning streak. Best record in baseball. And they have opened up a little bit of a cushion as far as that best record. Right now 4 more than the Houston Astros. And 5 more than the Yankees. Ground ball into the shift. Brock Holt from the right field grass. Plenty of time to get him. No runs to hit. 1 man left. Now it's time to turn it over to Mark James for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show. 3 triples in one game.
I don't think I have.
Well, we'll see if that occurs here in just a moment, because Mookie Betts is coming up after 2 triples, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He's also been walked intentionally. And the Red Sox down by 1 run, 8-7. For every Red Sox hit in the month of July, EchoStore Technologies will donate $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress, ensuring that people with Down syndrome are valued. EchoStore Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Mookie Betts batting .356 with 23 home runs.
You looked at me like I was going to rattle off. Oh yeah, I remember in 1971 somebody hit 3 triples in a game, like I'm Alex Spear or something.
You gave me a look like, well, I've never seen that before either. What's the big deal?
Ask Alex.
Ask Alex. That'll be a new segment.
Exactly.
Brock Holt on deck, then JD Martinez. We're at the midway point. And Petrichka into his second inning with a 1-1. Hammered along third. That'll be backhand. That's a fair ball. Solardi has no play, though, and Mookie Betts has his 3rd hit. No triple this time, but a single. Solardi made a nice backhand play, but couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, Solardi had the right idea, because he knew he had to let it go, and he goes into his jump mode. He snatches it, jumps, and the ball, he loses the handle of the ball. Not pleased with himself, but he makes the play, goes to jump, loses the handle. Base hit, Mookie.
And Mookie came in with an on-base percentage of .440 anyway, and he's been on base 3 times tonight. I'm sorry, 4 times tonight, with the triples, the base hit, and that intentional walk. So that OBP continues to soar for Betts.
You know, does he want to steal a bag or not?
Brock Holt 1 for 3 with a single. Runner's not going, and that's a ball away. Mookie with 16 stolen bases. Ryan Brazier, who has impressed with his velocity.
Yes, he has.
Since coming up from the minor leagues, warming in the bullpen. That's holding again, fouled away. Martinez on deck. Time now for what's brewing in Boston, presented by Sam Adams, the official beer of the Boston Red Sox. Last night marking the Red Sox 8th Grand Slam of the season, after they didn't hit a single Grand Slam last year. The single season Grand Slam record is 11. That happened in 2005. Bounding ball, Gurriel feeding Travis 1 onto first. Quick turn and a double play. Brock Holt hits into that. 6-4-3, 2 gone.
Well, so much for that. This is a tailor-made double play. Hit just hard enough to turn. See, Travis makes a nice turn, easily gets the double play.
So all clear for JD Martinez. 1 for 3 with a single, hitting .329. 28 homers. Red Sox own Major League Baseball's highest winning percentage at home. .727. Red Sox 32-12 at Fenway. They've won their last 8 games at Fenway Park. But trailing here by a run. Loop the lefty, Axford the righty, active in their bullpen.
We're going to see everybody tonight.
Going to see a lot of relief pitchers from both sides.
Petrichka has shown a good arm. I like his fastball. Kind of back and forth with his breaking ball, but I like the life on his fastball. Fastball up. No, he doesn't want a fastball up. Fastball away. No, in. Come on. What do you want?
And Martinez tires of waiting.
He wants a slider, I guess. Let me see what he wants. Change up.
Now off the end of the bat, foul, 1-2.
Two-seamer, huh?
Seventh inning at Cleveland. Indians 6, Yankees 3.
Something had to give in Baltimore with Texas. Texas is winning. Not that anybody cares.
Baltimore 39 and a half games out.
That is so sad. It's pathetic.
Two down, 2-2 on the way. And ball 3 to Martinez. A lot of 3 and 2 counts tonight.
A lot of misfires is what it is. That wasn't even close.
Three-two on the way. Driven out to left center field. That one headed for the wall, headed for the 379 mark. That'll bang off the wall out there. Martinez, as it rolls away, is into second base and stopping there with a double. His second hit tonight.
Yeah, with 2 outs, it's safe to stay at second base. You see, 3-2 pitch. He's going to throw him a fastball right there. Got something on it, just didn't have enough height to hit it out of here, but he'll take it.
23 doubles just to the left of the 379 mark. Red Sox have left a lot of men on base tonight. They've had a chance to have a lot more than 7 runs.
We've left, what, 8 men on base?
It was 8 men in the first 4 innings. Bogaerts has an RBI single. He's gone 1 for 2. And he can tie the ball game. Backhanded by Martin on ball 1.
It's not easy on a catcher trying to pick a fastball. You never think fastballs are going to be in the dirt, right?
Sox now surged ahead in hits 10-9. The 1-0 from Petrichka. And that finds the mark at 92. 1 ball and 1 strike and Xander Bogaerts. Red Sox is always making very good contact. Boston owns the lowest strikeout rate in the majors. Less than 20%. 19.7. Got a piece of it. 1-2. Inning started with an infield hit out of Mookie Betts. Mookie's 3rd hit tonight, but Brockholt hit into a double play. Then Martinez ripped the double. You know, there are a lot of Toronto fans here. And they're going back and forth here at Fenway tonight with the Red Sox faithful. And a 1-2. He wouldn't chase it. 98. That's his best fastball of the night. And plenty of Blue Jay fans. Pockets of blue around Fenway.
A lot of proud Canadian fans is what they are. The Toronto Blue Jays have a great following.
And they do like to come to Fenway Park. Here comes the 2-2. And a wave and a miss, and down he goes on strikes. Just talking about the lack of strikeouts, but a big one there. Xander fans leaving a man at second. Sox would lose to Oakland 3-0. A.J. Griffin shut down Boston on 6 hits. Derek Norris supplied the offense with his 5th home run. Here we head on to the 6th inning. It is 8-7 Toronto. Brazier's numbers with the Paw Sox: 34 appearances, minuscule ERA of 1.34. He spent all of last season with Hiroshima in Japan. Originally a 6th round draft pick of the Angels back in 2007, and he has impressed with his hard throwing.
Well, he impressed everybody in spring training. Kind of an unknown, but here he is doing a nice job.
He gets Justin Smoak to begin the 6th. 8-7 Blue Jays. And Smoak with a solo home run in the 3rd inning. He's gone 1 for 2 with a walk. Morales, Martin after him. Red Sox stack a 3-man shift on the right side. It's fisted foul. 0-2.
Well, he got in his kitchen there after the changeup. Follows it up with fastball on his fingernails.
Alex Cora was talking about Ryan the other day when he brought him into first spring training game. He said, you know, by the time I got him into the game, all the regulars had left. You know, they got their work in, got their at bats or their innings or whatever. High fly right field, that's deep. Mookie Betts back to the track, turning. He's there. He makes the play right in front of the bullpen of Toronto. Smoak was thinking about his 2nd of the night, but he's denied.
Just didn't quite get it, luckily for the Red Sox. Balls, and didn't sound great, but it went a long ways. This ball's out of a lot of ballparks, not to mention Yankee Stadium again.
But 14 rows in. Morales has had nothing to swing at tonight. He's walked 3 times and he has scored twice. Batting left-handed. That's 98. And that's the point that Alex Cora was making. He said, brought him into the game, and he looked down the bench in the dugout. Fort Myers, he said, hey, everybody take a look at this. This guy has a live fastball. He said Rafael Devers was one of the guys who had not left yet. He was like, man, I had no idea. He was bringing it at 97, 98 there.
Well, there's got to have something that stands out, and his velocity stands out. Ooh, how about that? His changeup, if that's a changeup, that ball is like going sideways and down. The opposite way. That's a slider. That's no changeup. I keep looking at that board. That board's crazy.
Had a lot of spin on it.
Yeah.
1-2. Only in the 6th inning with Martin on deck. Had 19 hits and 15 runs. In game 2, 2-2 coming, and he moves him back.
Morales had a lot of patience tonight, hasn't he? No way that he's ever walked 4 times in a game. It's coming up on it.
3-2. No, he was dying to swing.
Oh, yeah.
Marlin will pick that. They'll feed Brazier for the out.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC and Steve will break down key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Rick Porcello and Alex Cora. Who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Martin has walked, singled, and struck out tonight. What do you get lined up for the All-Star break?
Me? Going to California.
So
that's a haul.
You're
man.
flying a good chunk, yeah. Martin will roll that one foul. I'm headed to the Cape with the family.
Good for you.
I got some reading to do. Kurt Smith's book is out, The Presidents and the Pastime, The History of Baseball in the White House. The former presidential speechwriter and can flat write baseball. Does a great job. Looking forward to that read. Wave and a miss.
You're not going to go bronzing anytime soon, are you?
I don't know if I think I'm going to wear sunscreen.
Yeah, sure.
I have to.
Of course.
You don't have to worry about it. I have to worry about it.
I mean, I wear it in the right spots.
I don't even know what I don't want to know what that means. I really don't.
I was thinking like that.
I do not want to hear any more about that.
That just sounded bad.
It did.
No, on my face.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. But I was just curious, what you do. You read the book on the beach, right?
I'll try and find a spot, where it's
Shade.
peace and quiet under the shade. Little sunscreen. Weather's supposed to be very nice.
Is it good? Yeah. Good for you, because that's awful if you have 4 days and you don't. Oh, it'd be brutal.
And I love the Cape, and we all do.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 days of bad weather anywhere it spoils a vacation rather quickly. But the weather's supposed to be nice. 1-2, foul back. Toronto with an 8-7 lead here in the 6th. This one was wild early. It settled in over the last couple of innings. Little bit high at 97. Even the count on Martin.
I tell you, it's hard to hit 173 over the course of a season. It really is. I mean, they always talk about the Mendoza line, right? That was like unheard of. That's why it's the Mendoza line. But you get enough at bats.
Yeah. Chop foul. He's had a rough year.
This guy was a great catcher for a long time.
And a home run hitting catcher.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's hit 30 before.
He could run a little bit. Obviously, if he could play third base and all these positions. Didn't he want to play shortstop for the Canadian team or something like that?
Yeah. 2-2. Tried to hold up. Did not swing the bat. They did appeal, and Muchlinski said no swing. Red Sox were all heading off the diamond.
Yeah, they gave him a favor. I thought he went, huh? Ball's high. Did he hold it up?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think so. He could have hit a double.
How do you miss that?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's bad.
First base umpire, that's his call, and, well, he missed it.
That's a gift. He could have hit a fly ball to center field.
So virtually every one of the Red Sox had already taken 2 steps toward the dugout. Certain that was strike 3, but Mike Muchlinski, who will have the plate tomorrow, said no.
Yeah, maybe he felt bad for him. He's hitting $173.
3-2 and a breaking ball, and that is ball 4. So Martin is on, and it looked like he had been struck out.
He's going to go shake his hand over there.
Pilar next. He's been dangerous tonight with a pair of doubles and a single. He's driven in 3 runs. So Brazier is going to have to get another out against a guy who's swinging a good bat. That's in there for a strike. Great big crowd on a Friday night. Crowds have been great. Last night was the loudest we've heard it in quite some time at Fenway in a grand slam by Mookie Betts. That was something. On a cut and a miss, 0-2.
We've got our headsets on, so we really don't get all of it to really hear it. But he was excited. I love to see that. I love to see emotion.
Alex Cora does too. Swing and a miss. He put him away on 3 pitches for the strikeout. 1 man left. It is 8-7 Toronto. 100%. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Old Dominion, the official freight carrier, Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. LL Bean, if it's outside, we're all in. Be an outsider. And by Snell Golf. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with you from Fenway Park. Tight one here, 8-7 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox will take on a new pitcher, Aaron Loup, the left-hander, who gets into a lot of games. This is his 44th game already. He had a long stretch of appearances. He didn't even allow a hit in the month of May. Right now, a 4.60 ERA, however.
Well, you see the lefties, they always have a lot of appearances, but not a lot of innings. Sinker, slider, cutter, change.
Moreland 1 for 2 with an RBI base hit. He's also taking ball 4. On the infield, a little squibber. The pitcher Loup back to the plate, fires a strike to get him. This summer, Dunkin's got ice cream inspired iced coffee in the flavors you love: pistachio, cookie dough, butter pecan. Stop by and grab your favorite. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. This is a limited time offer. Well, you called it. Talk about limited pitches from left-handers. One hitter, and that's all for Loup.
He must be exhausted.
He gets his man. Axford, the right-hander.
Saw him last night.
So he'll be next. Early on, the Red Sox got the opening run, but then Toronto got 3 in the 2nd inning. Red Sox came storming back at 5 in the bottom of the 2nd, only to see the Blue Jays get 5 in the 3rd inning. Short night for Rick Porcello.
Worst inning of the year for Porcello. I thought he'd bounce back from the bad inning in the 2nd, but he just couldn't. Just one of those nights for Porcello.
Yep.
We
Tough
haven't
night.
seen all year.
Let's toss it down to Jemai.
Well, Dave, you guys were talking about Ryan Brazier's journey to this point. He signed a minor league contract back on March 2nd with the Red Sox without an invitation to big league training camp. But by the end of spring training, he was the closer for the Red Sox. Alex Cora talking about what he brought back as far as his fastball and the liveliness of it. I talked with Brazier inside the clubhouse, who talked to me about his journey back to the big leagues after Tommy John and after a trip overseas.
You know, I missed 2 years after my surgery, and had 1 year here in the States and then in Japan last year. But it's all been worth it. You know, obviously you only want to play in the big leagues for, you know, one of the teams here in the United States, and getting to play on a team with the guys that they have here has been pretty exciting.
How have you changed, if any, post-surgery as your pitching approach?
Well, honestly, you know, going through the whole rehab process and having to, you know, pretty much teach yourself how to pitch again, I really worked on throwing strikes and commanding my fastball. Because before surgery, I've always had a pretty good fastball, but, you know, fall behind in counts or, you know, not attack hitters the way I probably should. I think just being really consistent, you know, getting ahead of hitters and throwing strikes is what's been most successful for me.
You know, Brazier debuted with the Angels back in 2013, but now he has 3 young kids. He said his son is one who gets it and really thinks it's cool that his dad's back in the big leagues.
Isn't that great?
It really is.
Boy, when you can impress your son, you know, you've done something. Nunez to dig in here against Axford. Next man in now for Toronto. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's also a guy that Gibbons will go to a lot. 41 appearances now.
Well, he's been around the block, hasn't he? Started with Milwaukee. He had great stuff with Milwaukee when they went to the playoffs.
Shortstop Gurriel off the 2nd hop. 2 down. Sam Travis, just up from the minor leagues again here today, will step in next. It's interesting also listening to Brazier talk about his experience in Japan. For some guys, that just doesn't go well. They don't enjoy their time. They don't enjoy being away from home that far.
Yeah, that can't be pleasant. I don't care what you say. Different culture. I couldn't imagine. I really couldn't.
despite a lot of help from the ball clubs they play for.
But he must play big with that fastball, because that's sort of a finesse league, isn't it? Don't you? Wouldn't you think? A lot of hesitation, split fingers.
But then I think, Ohtani came out of there and he's throwing 100 miles an hour.
You're right. I see a lot of veterans that just know how to pitch, changing speeds.
No doubt.
I remember Maloney talked about it when he was over there.
Lou Maloney.
You learn how to hit a breaking ball when you go to Japan.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to.
Yep. Have you been? Have you traveled in Japan?
I have never went to Japan. I almost went over in one of those all-star teams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I said, wait a minute, man. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Back in the late 70s or something. I ran out of innings. I can't be going over there. I already thrown a bunch of innings,
0-2 outside. I called a bunch of games there for ESPN years ago for one of those all-star tours and just had an incredible time.
Yeah. I wish I had went. If I didn't, but my career was more important. I can't.
Sure. Randy Johnson went on that tour. Barry Bonds was on that tour.
Yeah, you get to sort of bond with a lot of guys that you play against.
But I have a feeling there was a pretty good paycheck to lure them there, the All-Star Tour.
You would think.
Because they've stopped doing that in recent years, but it was a lot of fun back then. Japanese fans were incredible. The 2-2. Chopped over the hill. Gurriel raging near the bag. Throws. He guns to get him. And the Red Sox in the end go 1-2-3 at the end of 6, 8-7 Toronto. Here for $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. 7th inning, 8-7 Blue Jays. Brazier's staying on to pitch his second frame, and he'll get Smith, Travis, and Granderson. That's 8-9-1. And a fly routinely hit to Jackie Bradley in a bit. One pitch and one gone.
Yeah, Sunday on all new Nesson Clubhouse, we're celebrating World Emoji Day with some of our favorite Red Sox. Find out what their go-to emoji is on Nesson Clubhouse Sunday morning at 11:30 on Nesson, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Travis next. He's walked, grounded out, and whiffed in this one. And the Red Sox come up to hit again in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Leone, Bradley, and Betts. Mookie has tripled twice. Also has a single in this one. Bounding ball, Bogarts. Plenty of time to throw and sets him down. 2 fast outs in the 7th inning for the Blue Jays.
Perfect kind of inning for Brazier. You're going to go 2 innings, make it nice and easy the second one.
Top of the order now, Granderson hitless. He's gone 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. The Indians still on top of the Yankees 6-4 8th inning.
See if that bullpen can hold that game.
Yeah, for Cleveland. That's been the Achilles heel for Tito. More ways than one. The other day he called for bullpen help and they brought in the wrong guy who blew the save. Game exploded and Terry Francona apologized to the Indian fans that night and the next day. So did about 5 other people taking responsibility. But you know, Tito being Tito, he said, that's on me.
He brought in Otero, who was a right-hander, and the batter was Votto. Bases loaded. Clears the bases.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crack foul. So he wanted Perez, right?
What's his first name? Because Oliver. So
Oliver.
OP he wanted.
And so when they made the call down, he said OP, and they thought he said OT.
Right.
So they got Otero warmed up in it.
Right. Like I told you before, you're to change those initials right now.
Smoked it to left field. Martinez right there, hit right at his bill cap. 1, 2, 3 they go. Brazier continues to roll. Is Mookie Betts the greatest leadoff hitter in franchise history? See how you voted on this one tonight? Well, 89% say yes for Mookie Betts. And then goes out the night we do this and triples twice, takes a walk, and singles so far. And we'll bat 3rd in this inning. Bottom of the 7th, 8-7 Toronto. Last night, Mookie with the longest Red Sox at bat to end in a home run since 1988. That one really bit Martin, and he was none too pleased about it. Count 2-0 on Sandy.
Man, you want to be a catcher. I'm not kidding. Look at this. What are you going to do with that thing? Didn't get him though.
Oh,
got the umpire.
Got the umpire. That's
He's
who it
the
hit.
one that was swearing back there.
Wow.
I heard somebody screaming.
got Gorman's hand. Shaking his head. Jackie Bradley on deck, and a 2-0. Check swing, little roller. Axford will handle this. He had time to read it. That'll be out number 1. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Very, very nicely done, Tom.
Very good.
Appreciate that very much. Carefully. Jackie Bradley, an RBI single. He's 1 for 3 this evening. Sox got most of their runs in the second inning when they scored 5 times. And at that point had a 6-3 lead. Joe Kelly active in the pen. Long way to go yet on this Friday night. Toronto deep into the bullpen. Here's the 1-1. That skips. And that one certainly got the catcher.
I could have swore he called for a high fastball because he's sitting up real high. Yeah, maybe not. But look at this thing. Same thing. Just spikes that thing. That looks identical to the pitch before.
Yeah, that one got him on the wrist. So Axford a little wild.
I guess so. Who's he talking to?
Hammered, but right into the shift. Gurriel on target. 2 up, 2 down. Time for the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
Boy, he started off this night great. Change up that he just hits to the biggest part of the ballpark. Triple right from the get-go. Next time up, another change up that almost goes out of the ballpark. I'm talking about just inches from being a 3-run Johnson. He misses that. That's another triple. Later on, he gets a base hit. Nice play by Solarte, but he just couldn't get it out of his glove. He'll take it. 3 hits on the night.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. So new man coming in from the bullpen. And we will take the break as well with the score 8-7 Toronto here in the 7th. It looked like to Brian Gorman for drilling him with that errant pitch.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so wild. He got everybody out that he needed to get out, but that was like Boy, he launched some of those balls.
Wild, but
effective.
And polite.
And polite. That's classy, isn't it?
Yeah. Sun Wan Ho coming out of their bullpen. He's been effective at 2.89 ERA. Pitching to Mookie Betts. Perfect tonight. 2 triples, an infield hit. He's also taken ball 4. Only one man in Red Sox history has ever had 3 triples in one game. Patsy Doherty, 1903.
Man.
Alex Spear let us know that.
Told you. Just ask Alex.
He was also a leadoff man. Triple in the first and second innings tonight for Mookie, hitting .358, 23 home runs. Two and two.
Kind of funny how they're pitching him, huh? Up. All fastballs up.
And a full count on Betts. Brock Holt on deck. Again, if you missed it, Andrew Benintendi has left the ball club on bereavement leave because of a death in the family.
It's 3-2 again. What are you going to do here? Fastball away.
Torched and caught. Oh. Solarte with a bit of a snow cone, but he hauls it in. That's about the only way you're going to keep Mookie Betts off the bases these days.
That's branch work right there. Line drive. Solarte snatches it. All new dining playbook. Billy and Jenny are joined by Red Sox legend Pedro Martinez. Plus, they head to the Hotel Salem to check out their rooftop bar. Catch it all on Dining Playbook tomorrow morning at 9 on NESN, driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
We'll be up to watch because it's an early game tomorrow, 1 o'clock for Game 3. Sorry, Eck. Will be an early start. Well, here comes Joe Kelly. Tossed a perfect 8th inning on 9 pitches Tuesday in a win against Texas. And he has made 4 consecutive scoreless appearances. So after a rough spell, he's been pitching very well. Oh, and down goes Gurriel. Leadoff man here in the 8th inning. And he gets plunked.
Breaking ball didn't break. That's what happened. Trying to throw a curveball that, man, just be thankful that's not a fastball. But look how quick this is. Quick. Get your head out of the way.
So Solarte will be next. 1 for 4 with a base hit. Gurriel on in a 1-run game here in the 8th, getting late. Red Sox 10-game winning streak on the line.
I've been watching Joe Kelly throw a lot of off-speed stuff when he comes out, especially that changeup. He's thrown that changeup like about almost 40% of the time, which is saying something with the guy throwing so hard like that. Saw the curveball that he just drilled Gurriel.
Solarte just 1 for 8 against Kelly, who fires on to first. Gurriel back in.
Nobody really runs on this club. They've only stolen 28 bags on the year. You see he's 1 for 2. Second from the last in the American League in stolen bases.
And Kelly's 0-1. Line shot, base hit the other way. That'll drop in front of Martinez, and trouble brewing. First and second against Kelly here in the 8th. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moving us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. So Smoke with an opportunity to increase the lead. Right now, 1-run game. Hits are dead even at 10.
Just missed one last time up. I mean, barely from going out of here. There's that changeup.
Didn't get the strike though. It's ball 1. Smoke ripping a home run in the 3rd inning. He's gone 1 for 3. Does have a career home run against Kelly. Nobody out and 2 aboard. That sneaks in there.
Back-to-back changeups.
Gurriel and Solarte get their leads.
That's a strike, and he didn't call it.
Runner down to third base. Gurriel is safely in. That looked like a big-time cross-up, didn't it?
Cross-up right down the middle.
Big time.
I mean, I think he's looking for a breaking ball or something, and look at that.
Man.
Whoa, it was a changeup is what it was. I don't know what he was looking for. You see him, his glove goes the other way. Was he looking for a slider? What was he looking for? Meanwhile, that's a strike.
It's a strike, and he's very fortunate it was a changeup.
Right, because it would have killed him.
The way Kelly throws. So 1st and 3rd. It is a pass ball to allow Gurriel to get down to 3rd. Solarte remained at 1st.
I mean, 3 consecutive changeups from Gas Masterson. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, count should be 1 and 2 right now. Then you can mess around a little bit, but that's get carried away with that changeup.
Well, ugly start to the 8th inning for Kelly.
Kelly manipulates that ball when he gets it in the glove. Sometimes I think he changed his mind and didn't even see how he manipulates it up there.
2-1 hammered foul.
That's a fastball. 98. See how he goes from a changeup to a cross seamer right there. Bang, fastball. And sometimes maybe you forget.
Well, can Joe get out of this? Hit batsman, base hit, pass ball, trouble.
Yeah, I see how he was right on that fastball. After 3 changeups, he still got the head out on that fastball, the last one.
2-2. Line shot. That's a base hit. That'll fall in. Here comes the run. Uriel will score. Yep, on a changeup. So he pays for the hit batsman. Now it's a 2-run cushion for Toronto.
I mean, you got to scratch your head with this changeup business. Another changeup, 4 changeups in this at bat. This one right down the middle, and you know this is a hot hitter too.
Smoke with a home run back in the 3rd inning. His 2nd hit tonight. Here comes Cora. And the night is over for Kelly.
Oh, they're not messing around.
Robbie Scott, the left-hander, will be brought in now.
That's a head scratcher right there. That performance.
And the sequence.
Yeah, the sequence really. Right down to the mix-up and everything.
We're going to take a break and be back with more at Fenway in a moment. We're in the 8th inning, 9-7 Toronto.
On any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to each game. With matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
Well, nobody out. A big run in. Joe Kelly hitting a batter, then 2 singles, and he is lifted for Robbie Scott, the left-hander recalled on Wednesday from the Paw Sox, his 2nd major league stint of the year. He's also called up in June. He was pitching lights out for the Paw Sox. 1.15 ERA in 30 games. But that one ripped down the line. Yep, Betts on the move. It's going to drop in, take a bounce. It's off into the crowd, and a run will score. Morales going down into the corner. Red Sox actually caught a break there. Smoke has to stop at 3rd base, but Morales with a double. Another run to be charged to Kelly. That'll make it 10-7.
Well, Morales not trying to pull. He's seeing a guy throwing from that angle. First pitch fastball. You just got to tip your hat. Nice piece of hitting. Slices that ball down the line. 1 bounce in the stands. Like you said, ground rule double. Saved a run.
However, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And now it's a 3-run lead late here for Toronto. Red Sox 10-game winning streak very much on the line. Russell Martin has walked. He has singled and walked again. He goes up the middle. Brock Holt takes a look at the runner at 3rd. Now they've got him in a rundown. He's gunning to the plate, and Leon will tag Smoke to get him.
Wow. They're not going on contact, but Morales was at 2nd base. Messed up the whole thing.
It was well played by Brock Holt.
It really was. He took a double take. Look at this ground ball. Morales takes off. Smoke doesn't. So now Smoke's in no dead man's land. He'll take the out. Now 1st and 3rd instead of 2nd and 3rd. That's pretty much what they lost. Not much, just a base.
Morales into 3rd. Martin becomes the runner over at 1st base, and the batter will be Pilar's. At a big night with 3 hits, 3 for 4, 2 doubles. He's already driven in 3 runs. So this will really be some story if the Red Sox can rally tonight. The Yankees have lost 6-5.
They made a run at it, didn't they? 6-5.
Stanton hit a late home run, but the Indians bullpen held tonight, and they win 6-5. And there's a base hit to left field. Morales is in to score. So another run home.
That's 4 RBIs by Pilar tonight.
Yeah, and 4 hits. So that'll make it 11-7.
Little slider he gets, and that hole seems just so big there between short and third. Toronto's got their hitting shoes on tonight.
You know, they have 4 hits in this inning. They had only 1 in the previous 3 innings, but they have 13 for the night. Here's Grichuk, Randall Grichuk pinch hitting for Dwight Smith, who did some damage. He drove in 3 runs. Smith did while he was in there, including a 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. First and second, 1 man gone. Rip but foul. And a 1-1. Alex Cora said to the assembled press before the game he anticipates Brian Johnson starting on Sunday in the finale of the quote-unquote first half against Marcus Stroman, who's had a disappointing year, 2-6 with a 5.90 ERA for Toronto. Another one hammered foul.
Yeah, Stroman was a stud for them. I thought was going to be a superstar. Got derailed a little bit.
So that's the anticipated matchup for Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Eduardo Rodriguez to pitch tomorrow at 1 o'clock, 1:05. Blue Jays have struck for 3 so far in this inning. Runners at first and second, only 1 away. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Grichuk fans for the second out here in the 8th for the Blue Jays.
Pretty much fastball middle, 90 miles an hour. Little uppercut, punches him out.
Now Devin Travis, second baseman, 0 for 3 with a walk. Good stop by Leon. On a pitch into the dirt. Granderson would hit next. Red Sox have won each of their last 6 games against the Blue Jays. They're 21-8 against them since the start of last year. But tonight, a bit of a different story so far. Two 2-0. Not very often you can look up at the scoreboard in the 8th inning and a ball club that has committed 4 errors has an 11-7 lead. That's the case. Toronto with a lot of errors early in the game. 2-0. Ball 3.
They just out hit their mistakes is what they did. That 5-run third was like, ooh, came out of that one hurt. After you just got done scoring 5 and then you give them 5.
Took a 6-3 lead.
Boom. That just changed lanes.
.30 coming. Tim Mays at a lefty, all warmed up, and will be the next man in for the Blue Jays. We've seen a lot of pitchers tonight. 5 of them so far for Toronto. Popped him up. in foul territory near the box seat. Sandy Leon moving over, makes a nice effort there into the screen to make the catch. That will retire the side, but they do get 3 runs and lead it 11-7. Gritchick. Well, with every Red Sox home run, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital, and through the end of August, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points. Well, the 1-run lead has ballooned to 11-7 now for Toronto as we take it to the bottom half of the 8th inning. A couple of changes for them. Randall Grichuk will remain in the game to play right. That'll move Granderson over to left. O staying on the pitch to Brock Holt. JD Martinez, Xander Bogaerts to follow. Red Sox trying to cut into this lead, make a run at 11 in a row. Otherwise, the longest win streak of the year for the Red Sox will end here tonight. Brock 1 for 4, an RBI single. He's also stolen a base, hitting .281. Looking to get on in front of Martinez. JD has had another multi-hit game. Mookie Betts has 3 hits. So 2 of the All-Stars have had good offensive games again. Here's the 1-2. Poke down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball on the grass on the track up against the wall. Brock Holt to second base with a stand-up double. So nice start for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, you got to like that. A 2-strike hit. He gets a fastball and he just stays on it. Ball's hit perfectly down the left field line. Look at him stay right on that ball. Boom. That is his stroke. That really is his stroke. And the ball down the line. He's going to get a double easy on this.
JD Martinez a single, a double, 2 for 4 tonight. So he's lifted his average up to .331. And eyeing that 80th RBI, he took a massive cut, fouled it away. He got a pitch to hit. Just got a piece of it. Oh for 4 against this right-hander from South Korea. JD has now reached in 37 consecutive home games. 1-1. Red Sox trying to rally here in the last half of the 8th inning. Down by 4 runs. Oh, what a swing he had on that. He's had a couple.
Yeah, ball's just a little up. Boy, he wanted to do some damage on that, didn't he? Ooh.
Holt at second. Xander Bogaerts next.
They try to get him up and away. They try to crowd him, get him up and away, and then bad breaking balls away.
You know, it really hasn't worked that well.
I know. Well, I'm telling you, everything I'm talking about is a ball. You know, bad inside, bad high and away, bad low and away. Ooh, good
time it did. He struck him out with a curveball. So he is 2 for 5 tonight.
Yeah, he took something off this curveball. Normally he throws a slider, but this goes down. This is a good pitch. After all the pitches that he previously threw, this is a perfect one.
Old guy who knows how to pitch. He's been around. He's now 36 years old.
Did a nice job for the Cardinals 2 years ago, and then last year kind of just wasn't the same, and they let him go.
And before that, pitched in Japan, and he pitched for South Korea in the World Baseball Classic for several years. Xander is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. One out and one man in scoring position. Whose nickname in Japan was Stone Buddha. He was a member of the gold medal winning South Korean team in the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing. A lot of international experience. Here's the 2-0. And missed for ball 3. Well, Red Sox would love to have a couple of base runners for Mitch Moreland, who's on deck. Brock Holt at second with 1 away. He's taking all the way. 3-1. Texas did defeat Baltimore 5-4 the final. 69th loss of the season for the Orioles. They have just 26 wins. And the 3-1 to Bogaerts. Got by him at 93.
Boy, he had a pretty good pitch to hit. 3-1, sitting all over. Fast looked like his shoulder hurt after that swing a little bit.
Right-hander in no particular hurry delivers the 3-2, and he struck him out. 91 came right back at him, and he fanned him. Back-to-back strikeouts. It's our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. And how we got to this point. Gibbons coming out now. Barucki only lasted a little more than 3 innings. It was a strange night for Rick Porcello. Just a little more than 2. He gave up 8 earned runs. Mookie Betts 3 for 4, 2 triples. So O coming out. Mesa coming in. So that will be their 5th relief pitcher. to work here tonight for Toronto. John Gibbons really managing for this win this evening. 11-7 Toronto. They've out hit the Red Sox 13-11. A night when both bullpens have been very, very active. Time now for our high strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
This guy's been a thorn in their side all night. You see the breaking ball off of Porcello, and he just gets over out of the reach of J.D. Martinez. Next time he gets a fastball just middle in, just gaps it again for a couple of RBIs. And then the base hit in that 5-hole over there doesn't score Smoke. And this base hit does. Scores Morales. That's 4 RBIs on the night. Big night for Pilar.
So to bring on the left-hander Meza, he's allowed to run in 3 out of 13 outings. So pretty solid, a 3.21 ERA. They called him up early in the season from AAA Buffalo. Made his major league debut just last year.
It's like he's got a pretty good fastball slider.
And they're going to bring him on to take on Mitch Moreland with Brock Holt still at second base after the leadoff double, but J.D. Martinez and Xander Bogaerts have been struck out, so unable to pick up the run yet. That is up to Moreland, who does have an RBI tonight. Single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. And to repeat it, the Indians beat the Yankees tonight 6-5 in Cleveland. Red Sox with a 3.5 game lead coming into play today. So Meza against Moreland. And the left-hander's first one. He tried to check, but it's a strike. Mets beat the Nationals 4-2. So that takes Washington right back to 500. Little roller. And Travis has that up and over to retire the side. The Red Sox can do nothing with the leadoff double.
This week
to 60 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. So we're on to the 9th inning. 11-7 Toronto in front. So it's going to take some rally for the Red Sox to win 11 consecutive games. Granderson has had a long evening. He is 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. This guy's had a really nice career.
He really has. I was surprised he signed with them at the start of the year. I thought that was about it for him. Signed for short money up there.
Played for both New York teams.
Hit a ton of home runs in his career. I mean,
yep.
Some kind of power for a guy not that big.
Right past everyone to the backstop. And the count moves to 3-1. Granderson now 37 years old. He has hit over 300 major league home runs, 9 this season. And that one drills him.
And we've seen some really wild deliveries tonight, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Early part of the game was wild, period.
Right. Then we saw Joe Kelly hit somebody with a curveball, and you see a 3-1 pitch. You're just trying to throw a strike, and he hits him.
So that'll send up Lourdes Gurriel's had a really nice evening. 2 singles. He's been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, that's who Kelly hit last time up.
And that started that 8th inning rally, which led to 3 runs. It was a 1-run game going in. 8th inning ended 11-7 Toronto.
If you want to keep your walk count down, just drill him.
So Granderson a base runner, nobody out. High deep drive, but foul. You don't have to tell me who you did it to, but did you ever do that? Like, yeah, I'm not going to walk the guy.
Oh, no, I don't think I've done that. But I did drill. I was trying to think of the guy I drilled last night. We were talking about drilling guys on purpose.
It wasn't Kirk Gibson. You said you did not do that on purpose.
There's this guy named Jerry Dubzinski. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He played shortstop for the White Sox. Jerry Dubzinski. Maybe with the Indians too.
Yeah,
right?
I
remember that name?
Yep, I do.
He hit a bases clearing double off me here in Fenway. Next time up, I drilled him.
Completely on purpose.
Just for fun. Isn't that mean?
Well, you know, it's interesting that you mentioned Jerry because we happen to have him on the phone.
I was trying to think of his name last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not proud of that or anything.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to remember, just for us, just to talk, have something to talk about.
Well, yeah. Glad you were for our programming purposes, but
yeah, just for this.
But it's interesting that I've heard pitchers talk about after their careers are over. I've heard them talk about, there were 7 or 8 times I drilled a guy on purpose.
Oh yeah, think about it. Here's a guy you can't get out.
Yep.
Right. You get behind him 3-0, and he wears you out anyway, and then you drill him. That's you know, if there's a time to do it, that seems like kind of a smart time to do it.
I suppose
he's going to take his base anyway.
But you know, sometimes they know you did it on purpose.
Yeah, but I never did that.
You never did.
No.
But you know guys who did.
But yeah, I know guys who did.
Of course, I'm not saying that Granderson got drilled on purpose. That was not.
Oh no.
Case.
And Jerry, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I want to make amends. Really.
Jerry may be listening. Gurriel 257, 4 home runs. Flies that one into left field. Martinez will put that away. And that's out number 1. Solarte will step in next. Red Sox trail 11-7. And in the bottom of the 9th inning, due up Nunez, Travis, and Leon against the Blue Jay bullpen, which has been pretty effective, actually. Red Sox last scored back in the 4th inning. Scott gets his first man, and a wave and a miss by Solarte. Smoke on deck. He's got a pair of RBIs. Kevin Pillar's had their biggest night. He's driven in 4. He has 4 hits. Tyler Clippard warming up in the pen now. Scott with a 1-1. Popped up over second. Brock Holt waits beneath it, and he will take that. Oh, it's off the glove. And now a play at second base. He'll get the force play.
Is he faking us out or what? I mean, that's like shocking when you see something like that happen. There's no sun. He just clanked it, huh?
Yep. Got the out, though.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter.
So on the force, there are 2 down. Of course, no error charge because he got the out there. And we'll bring up Smoke. Home run, a single, 2 RBIs this evening.
You know, I was thinking about that. Walking a guy, hit him instead of walking him. I know a guy that did that. Danny Darwin did it. Ricky Henderson was the hitter. He had him 3-0, drilled him, and looked at him, told him he did it. You know what I'm saying?
What was Danny Darwin's nickname?
I don't know, but he was mean.
Dr.
Death.
Yeah.
Yes. 3-0. He couldn't stand Ricky.
Ooh.
You know, Ricky's in that crouch, right?
Yep.
Ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. I got your crouch. Wham! Just hit him. And everybody knew he did it on purpose.
It's not very sportsmanlike.
Not at all.
But when you have a nickname like Dr. Death.
Dr. Death. He pitched here. It was when he was with the Red Sox.
I remember. Yeah. And a solid relief pitcher.
Yeah, he started for many years too.
Yep.
He was good with Texas.
Yes.
For a number of years, right?
That's really where I remember him more than any place.
Yes.
More so than even with the Sox.
A big free agent signing.
Yeah, he was.
It was a nice change up there by Scott.
Aledmus Diaz running at first base. With 2 down here in the 9th, 11-7 Toronto. And a high deep drive into left field. That one carries back. Martinez turning around. That is into the monster seats. And Smoke for the 2nd time tonight has knocked one out of here. So it's becoming a runaway now, 13-7.
Smoke came in here as a very hot hitter, and it continues. He's hit home runs from both sides of the plate. This guy's an all-star last year. He had a great year last year, but he gets a slider that he just lifts, and it's more than enough to hit it out of here. Big boy like him. Ooh, nice snatch.
One and one. And Scott with a 1-1. Hammered foul. Big night for Smoke. With 2 home runs. He's driven in 4. Pilar with 4 RBIs as well.
You know, the Red Sox have won so many games in a row. We haven't had a game like this where an offense shows up from the other team, basically.
And 1-2 runs in, almost got him. So 36 pitches for Scott since he came on Red Sox, if Johnson makes that start on Sunday, will have to make a move. And a wave and a miss, and finally the inning comes to an end, but now 13-7 Toronto. At the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the first aid station located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Beth Israel Deaconess is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Bottom of the ninth inning, Red Sox are down 13-7. With the 10-game winning streak coming into play tonight, Yankees have been defeated by Cleveland. So if the Red Sox don't rally here, they will remain 3.5 games in front. Diaz to take over at third.
If you're looking for the best record, Houston won again, or is about to win again tonight.
If they do, that'll be 63 wins.
So it'll be 3 up.
Red Sox at 66 and 29. Tyler Clippard to do the pitching. Their 6th reliever. And Nunez to lead things off, and he fouls one away for strike one. Travis on deck, and then Sandy Leon due to hit.
Yeah, Clippard, he's moved around a lot. Didn't he? The last like 4 years, 5 teams, something crazy. He's always hung in there. Fastball changeup, got a great changeup.
Oh, 1, that's up the middle, a looper, and through for a base hit. First hit tonight for Nunez, who had been 0 for 4.
On an all-new Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie heads to the lake, and then he joins his son Anthony to check out Kowloon in Saugus to get a taste of their famous wings. Catch it all on Charlie Moore Outdoors Sunday night at 6 on Nesson.
I go right by Kowloon every time. Every day. You and I both head in the same direction.
I do every night.
You may stop for some wings, you and I.
They've got big league wings, huh?
Oh, yes.
That place has got a parking lot that can fit 5,000, doesn't it?
Like an aircraft carrier.
It is.
Sam Travis has a double. He's 1 for 3. He's also walked and scored. He scored back in the second inning when the Red Sox took a 6-3 lead.
Look at that. 8 teams in 12 seasons. That, I mean, please.
Red Sox with a base runner and a wave and a miss.
There's that changeup, man. That's a Bugs Bunny one. It just stops. You could swing 3 times before it gets there. One of those, right? He's been doing this for years.
Oh, 2. Trying to hold up, but a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3, and down goes Travis. 1 out for the Red Sox. Now through July 15, fans can bid on baskets filled with Red Sox players' favorite things, including autographed cleats, batting gloves, and more. All proceeds from the auction benefit Respond, New England's first domestic violence prevention agency. Visit RedSox.com/baskets for good to bid on your baskets today. Sandy Leon 0 for 3 with a walk. Sox have been out hit tonight 14-12.
You know, somebody looking for a veteran reliever, this is the guy. You know, sometimes you're worried about, can some of these guys, they talk about pitch and pressure situations. Well, this guy's done it all, really.
I remember Clippard most vividly in his days with Washington.
Right.
You know, as a high impact reliever.
Yep. But you know, he's set up, he's closed. I mean, he's been everywhere. Started with the Yankees, I believe.
Nunez on at first, 1 out, 9th inning. And the 0-2. That one disappeared on him. Strike 3. So 2 gone. And it'll be up to Jackie Bradley to keep this one going. Jackie 1 for 4, an RBI single in the second. Red Sox haven't scored a run since the 4th inning. And Toronto's done plenty of it tonight. 13 runs, 14 hits. They've survived 4 errors.
Their bullpen has just done a nice job. It really has.
You know, you have to tip your cap, really. Red Sox got their best scoring chances innings 1 through 5, but very little since then. Ground ball to first base, backhanded, flip on to Clippard, and that will do it. And that will also end the Red Sox winning streak. It is snapped at 10 in a row here tonight as Toronto wins TC by a final score of 13-7.